Good evening. Welcome to not a drum stream, clearly. I'm not sat at the drum kit. Thursday should be a drum night, but as the end of my workday approached, there was a migraine creeping up on me. And I had to go and take some meds to keep that thing at bay, because they're not pleasant. I couldn't drum with the migraine, no way in hell. And the meds knocked me out, so I missed the drum slot. I am feeling better now. Thank you very much for asking. Not completely better, but better enough to go live. So I thought I'd do a back to basics stream on Secret World Legends. Why back to basics? Well, I watched Fish do Good Evening Drake, Good Evening Izumi. I watched Fish do a back to basics on Elite, and I thought, yeah, I could do that in Secret World. It seemed like a good idea at the time. So yes, I have a low level character. Drake will no doubt remember Chaos. I have resurrected the name for my Templar. But I thought we'd go through the whole creating a character, and I would let chat make most, if not all, of the choices. Yeah, names like that stick. They really, really do. Oh no! Oh, sweetheart. What's Nano done now? Sorry, worried granddad moment. What's Nano done? Nano being my granddaughter. Oh, blimey. Wow. That's worrying for sure. Jesus. Well, fingers crossed for the best possible outcome. Jesus. Well, in which case, hello to all the nurses at A&E that might be watching. This is a spooky game. Spooky things may happen. Weird things will almost certainly happen. And we're going to do what we can to try and keep Izumi's... Yeah, I'm not surprised. Bloody hell. Now, what occurred to me was a lot of folks are going to go, what is Secret World Legends? There's a long story about that with regards the first incarnation of the game that came out in around 2011, 2012 called The Secret World. And then in 2017, it was a very busy year, 2017, they repackaged it as Secret World Legends. And we've all sort of, well, not all of us, but most of us have moved across. And there's still a solid amount of people that play, and there's a good amount of new players as well. And with it being Halloween and this being a spooky game, it's kind of getting that seasonal uplift. So I thought, given that we're still at more or less the start-ish of the month, we're still in single figures, I would do a back to basics, a how to start the game from scratch. And it occurred to me also, the game has various trailers out on Twitch. Why not start with a trailer? So before we get into the wonders of character creation, I'm going to stick a trailer on. Because I can, if I can remember where I left the thing. Okay. There we go. And we're going to take... I've got to take a logo out. There it is. We take... Oh, not that one. That one. You can tell this was very last minute because I didn't set up any buttons on the Stream Deck to do all this funky stuff for me. So here we go. This is the official trailer for Secret World Legends.
Your world is bleeding.
You can just about smell the brimstone.
A storm is brewing, and you're the butterfly.
Witness the legacy of those who were brave and dared to dream. True power can shape the world to your will.
You've been brought here because they need you here.
We can give you the world. Come, and you'll see.
We're agents of chaos. We do what is necessary.
Find us.
Or we'll find you.
Whatever your reasons for being here, you bring a reckoning.
Become the one who pulls the strings.
Every event, no matter how small, has consequences.
There we go, folks. Kind of an action-packed trailer, that one. Yes, the nursery. One of the one of the scarier missions in the game, and also one of the most interesting. And my mic is really quiet again. Why is my mic so damn quiet? There we go. It's a little. Let's bump the mic up a fraction. There we go. That's a little better. I swear there's a spook in this house that comes in and turns the slider down on my microphone. Now, a lot of the cutscenes that we saw are from cutscenes in the game. There was a lot of gameplay in the video. And we saw a couple of bits and pieces from... I think we saw about 4 clips from the first dungeon of the game. And there was various bits and pieces from the various different dimmer switch sliders. Well, dimmer switch sliders isn't so bad. It's just the fact that I have to keep then readjusting my microphone and where I put it and all that stuff. It gets frustrating. It really does. So, we have an idea of what's going on in the secret world. There's a secret war, there's factions, secret societies, spooks. Yeah, they were from the first 3 or 4 dungeons. Darkness War, Polaris, Hell Raised. Not sure about Hell Eternal. So let's create a new character. Because we can. Now the first thing we choose before we even get to designing what our character looks like is which secret society we're going to go with. And I think, in the interest of fairness, to give viewers the chance to properly decide which of these 3 flawed secret societies to go with, we're going to watch the videos for all 3 of them. Because, you know, let's do a thing properly, shall we? Besides which, the video is going to be quite cool.
It's all about power. Grabbing it, keeping it, using it. Power is our currency. Our DNA, our God. We control the world. We provide the blueprint and we give the instructions. We're the people in grainy photos on grassy knolls. We're the shadowy faces in smoky back rooms and darkened boardrooms. We're right here, hiding in plain sight, buying and selling favors. Blackmail, treason, deceit, these are our stock in trade. We work the magic of the drunken evenings with senators and chiefs of staff. We shake down demons and negotiate with sorcerers. We have stocks in hell and compromising photos of angels. We use any means necessary regardless of the cost because the world is a bad place and you can either do or get done. We're the Illuminati and we're not done.
So that was the Illuminati. Kind of devious and manipulative and as it says under the blue triangle, sex, drugs and Rockefeller. Drake, you've had 4 crashes tonight. Crikey, that doesn't sound good. I know they had obviously we had the big balancing patch last week or the week before. They've released a bug fix on Tuesday just gone. Candace Wolf, hello, good evening. How you doing? Doing a full-on do-over. I've got 1 spare account, so I thought let's do it back to basics. So we've seen the intro trailer, we've seen the Illuminati. Let's take a look at the Templars.
You came to us in search of a purpose. And mark this, there is no purpose greater than ours. The world will founder without structure and discipline. It needs leadership to guide it to a new age of stability. It needs those with the will to stamp out the darkness that breeds in the cracks. We do this because we are compelled by tradition, by loyalty, by laws. Without these, we are just animals. Evil reigns over animals, corrupting and compromising, toppling empires. So our empire must be incorruptible, must be uncompromising. Our conflict must be a righteous one. Your conviction will be tested, but among us, your faith will be unshaken. Among the Templars.
So an interesting batch. Law, order, uncorruptible, unshakable. 23, Candice, cool. Which area are you in now? Are you still in? Let's see, 23. You're probably either going to be Blue Mountain or Savage Coast, I'm guessing. No worries, Izumi. You do what you need to do to keep the little lady sorted. And then we get the dragon, who are a little more esoteric.
카오스를 이론적으로 정의해볼까? 그건 1000개의 동전을 공중에 던지는 것과 같다. 하나하나의 동전이 떠올랐다가 떨어지면서 정의와 탐욕, 관용과 처형, 고난과 따분함을 결정하는 것이다. 드래곤은 누구일까? 우리는 동전의 어느 한쪽 면도 아니다. 그저 운명이 우리를 위해 움직이기를 바랄 뿐이다. 우리는 동전이 아니라 동전을 던지는 손이다. 동전이 그리는 궤적이고 동전을 흔드는 거친 바람이기도 하다. 셀 수 없는 조건에 따라 결과는 달라지지만 우리는 그 모든 결과를 파악하고 조작하려고 노력한다. 1000개의 동전이 떨어져 내리는 동안 우리는 공식을 만들고 계산해서 각 동전이 어디에 떨어질지 예측한다. 동전이 떨어진 다음에는 어떻게 할까? 우리는 상황에 따라 적당히 조절한 다음 동전을 다시 공중으로 튕긴다. 우리는 드래곤이다. 이론이 정의하는 범위를 넘어 카오스를 제어한다.
So there we have our third faction, the Dragon, the Art of Chaos. Which one should we go for on this tune, do you reckon? Completely open to chat. Let chat decide. Illuminati, Templar, or Dragon? Candice, which did you go for in your character? I'm curious. I'm always curious as to which faction people go for. In game terms, it makes very little difference other than the mission closure messages you get and the mission cuts in between the stories. And that's only because it puts a different spin on it, and I think you get possibly different missions. Illuminati. Sex, drugs, and Rockefeller. Cool. So, Izumi's logged off to sort out her daughter. So, Candice and Drake. Which should we go for here? Shinji Rider, hello, good evening. Main's Illumi. Drake says go Smurf. Yeah, back in TSW I had I actually had 4 characters. I had 2 Templars and then one each of the other 2. How you doing, Shinji Rider? Good to see you. So do we go with Drake's suggestion of Illuminati, or do you have other ideas? I did use my transfer, yes. Yeah, so once I get in game, past the tutorial, this character is going to have a load of pop-ups come up on the stream with all the assorted transfer bits and pieces. DJ Summerwolf, good evening. How you doing? Good to see you. Have you been pulled into this? That's a second vote for Illuminati. So, DJ, have you been pulled into this game at all? You had to relog to get your claim pop-ups. Ooh. Interesting. When I did mine, when I logged my Templar, it came up okay. Level 24 Templar, cool. So we've got 2 votes for Illuminati. Any more votes for any more votes? The mouse is hovering over the go button for the blues. You should put like a countdown timer or something on it. Excuse me. Well, with 2 votes for Illuminati and nothing for anything else, we are going to go Illuminati this time round. Okay, character creation. There's a reasonable amount we can do, I think, with character creation. And for a start, we could make our character tall, or tiny, or somewhere in the middle. And of course, they give us a male and female body type to go with, and a reasonable amount of customization. How crazy does chat want to go with customization? I want to try and leave as much of this to chat as possible. Because why not? It's a back to basics. Let's go through whatever we can. So the first and important option, chat. Do we go for a male or female character? And should we go tall, tiny, or about average? I wanted to move the camera around then to get a look down the other end of the alley. Already the backdrop matches the fact that we've gone Illuminati. You can see the Illuminati sign on the graffiti there. You can see Golden Gate Bridge. I assume it's the Golden Gate Bridge anyway. So many different options. Female for better hair options. Small forgettable face and clothes. That's the point. Yeah, this is New York, isn't it? It can't be the Golden Gate Bridge because this is New York. Most of the hairstyles are for female. Are they? Okay. So we've got a female head there. They give us a fair few options of face. If we can zoom right it. Look at that extreme close up on the face. They give us a few different variants. We've got full lips or fairly heavy jawline. Thinner lips. I'm not sure what... Yep, Manhattan Bridge makes sense. I've got no idea what the Manhattan Bridge looks like, but I guess it looks like that. I should know what it looks like because I've played that Tom Clancy game set in a post-apocalyptic America. Let's take a look at the hair. What hair should we have? Because there's a bunch of options. Yeah, that doesn't really seem to fit. Oh my word. They certainly went with a couple of the wilder hairstyles, along with the more traditional. Now, someone said, right, I believe it was small and forgettable. So, fairly average. Now, what do you reckon? We've gone Templar, so something sort of very smart and business-like, perhaps. Keep the hair out of the way. Got to London, stopped it in the barber shop, and the game crashed. Unfortunately, the game does tend to be prone for crashes, which is a real bugger. Yeah, it's not a Funcom game without crashes. That is very, very true. I mean, although it doesn't really match the forgettable, we've got some interesting colours we could go with. I mean, pink hair, really not forgettable. Brown hair, very forgettable. Blue hair, no, brown. Excuse me. Crikey, we can have purple eyes. Purple eyes. Maybe a dirty blonde on the hair. Okay, dirty blonde is somewhere going to be... That's perhaps a little too blonde. That's a little dirty blonde. There we go. Yeah, that'll be the one. I'm sure we don't... We've got grey eyes. Grey is fairly forgettable. Oh, I like that. I like that. That's kind of a cool look. What do you reckon, chat? How's that for the eyes? That gives an inkling of something more than just someone that is utterly forgettable. Just hidden in the eyes. I used to play a lot of, still do play a lot of tabletop role-playing games, and there was a James Bond-based game whereby the amount of points you got to build your character was largely dependent on how forgettable or unforgettable that character was. So if your character was average height, average build, average everything, you didn't get many points. Whereas if your character was 6 foot tall, built like a brick outhouse, had a scar, right, really easily identifiable, you gradually got more and more points to build your character with. So it made looking for a balance between being a forgettable spy that no one really could point at to being absolutely unique and 100% Bond, James Bond. I never got to play it. A friend of mine was going to run it, but for one reason or another, it never actually came off. I believe he's still got... Oh, good lord. Eyeshadow by Atoon. It's not. Makeup by the football team. We'll look for something a little... There we go. Just a little scar there. A hint of battles fought, I think, is something subtle. What do you reckon? You went assassin. Oh, we haven't got around to choosing class yet. And then on top of that, we can add makeup. So there's no makeup. Oh my word. Yeah, let's not. That's came in out of the rain without wearing waterproof makeup, isn't it? Straight out the Alice Cooper concert. Okay, that's 3 different makeups they've got with the whole blood coming out of the eyes thing. That's a little disturbing. Ah, the Dark Side Jedi. Excellent. Okay, cat people apparently are a thing. We have cat people. Yeah, but to be fair, Drake looks more like Secret World bad guy than Secret World good guy. I mean, I know, given that we're doing... that our characters are parts of massive secret societies, the whole good guy thing is relative. Play your own way. And makeup by the 54th Infantry Brigade. Whoa, Looper! Looper, welcome. Arrrr. How you doing, Looper? What's up? Good evening to you all. Welcome one, welcome all. Yep, no drums tonight, so we're doing a back to basics on the Secret World. Sorry, Secret World Legends. Hush my mouth. So we're at the stage of creating a character. It's simple. We as players fight the forces of filth, so we are good guys. Yeah, that much is true, but good guys is still somewhat relative. The beefiest. Nice. I'm looking forward to seeing how they come out. I really am. Yeah, these makeups are all very... Oh, what's that? Again, Alice Cooper concert coming home in the rain. Yay! One that's just freckles. Excellent. That goes with the business-like look. His name is Beeferon. That works. I reckon that works. So the instruction was chat on our chat created character was small and forgettable. So we've gone slightly below average height. Nothing striking on the looks. I think we're good to go to select clothing. Now, clothing, again, there's a lot of clothing options in the game, and you get so many more options as you go through the game for completing missions, for achievements. There's a lot of clothing in the game, and the clothing doesn't affect your abilities. It's not like in most MMOs where your clothing is your armor. You have a separate thing, but there is a definite delineation between clothing and your armor, effectively, which in this game are called talismans. So whatever we dress like makes no difference to in-game performance at all. So we've got some military-esque hats. We've got some snapbacks. Okay, that's about our choice for hats. Basically, it's baseball caps or military hats or no hat. And all the baseball caps are backwards. Why can we not have a baseball cap that keeps the sun out of our eyes, please? You got your sister to play as well. Cool. Oh, okay, that's 3 for no hat, right? No hat. Now we've got options for face accessories. We've got a number of glasses. Let's get the glasses facing the right way. There we go. We've got a number of options for glasses. Got grey, yellow, white. Reading glasses. Okay. What else do we have that's reading glasses? Green. Another shade of yellow. Everything else looks like shades. Yep, so for reading glasses we've got the grey, the brown. Brown kind of matches the hair. We've got yellow, a lighter yellow, green and white. Which colour of glasses do we want? The brown goes with the nondescript. Okay. You went black rims. Have we got black rims? We've got the grey ones there. Yeah. Kinda. I think I'm erring on the side of the grey, because otherwise it's kind of blends with the hair just a little too much, I think. I give us a little bit of... Okay, so, on the torso. No worries, DJ, no worries. So, do we have anything vaguely business-like? We've got some shirts. Got a couple of choices of shirts. We got some... Oh god, that is one Larry t-shirt. Jeebus. Anyone within a 5-mile radius is going to need sunglasses. We've got an assortment of t-shirts. Strappy tops. That's the colour of your hair. What, that one? Your hair's never that colour, is it? It didn't look quite that green when I saw it on stream, I'm sure. I could be wrong, though. Oh, it is now. Right, okay. Now, I see. We've got these weird sort of one-shoulder jobbies. Or there's bikinis. I'm guessing for Forgettable, we don't want a bikini. I think actually the default option was probably the best one there. A nice sort of black goes with everything top. And we can hide it all under a coat if we want to. We don't have to have a coat. Because the coats seem to add a little bit of flair. Oh, this is kind of a half jacket thing. What have we got by way of those? Yes, we could spend an entire hour on character creation. It's possible. I've seen it done. What colour is the other half of you? Oh, yeah. For a second, Sage, I thought you were talking to me about the characters. Like, no, my character doesn't have bifurcated hair. Then I realised, no, Looper's in chat. It's going to be Looper. Okay, there's a big old raincoat. Or in Illuminati blue. They don't have an open one though, which then hides the t-shirt that we've got. Policewoman blue. Always to follow the same unicorns. I'm not surprised in the least, Drake. I'm not surprised in the least. Okay, we have a coat. Trousers. Oh, skirt, legs. Currently wearing trousers. Yeah, I regularly spend hours on character creation in any game like this. Because I go through all the options and then normally end up back at the one that was default anyway. Okay, what's the deal with jeans that are sort of rolled halfway up the calf muscle? And I never understood those. Yeah, I've done that on a couple of games as well, Sage. Okay, the shorts there are shorter than the coat. All of a sudden, she looks like a stripper. Let's not do that one. My God, the skirt's not much longer than the coat. Oh, is that what these things are? I have absolutely no fashion sense or knowledge whatsoever. So these are capris, are they? Right. There was me thinking a capri was a British Ford from the 1960s and 70s. Again, guy, petrol head. Sorry, folks. I was far more into cars than clothes. No, they're probably slacks. No, they don't. They really don't look too good. I know. What do we reckon for leg wear, folks? And we could put capris on. We've got, I think that's a tracksuit, judging by the ankle there. Got some fairly long trousers. Blue slacks. Okay, they're jeans. We don't have full slacks, but we've got blue jeans. There we go. That will do. Default was that one, I think. Which again does kind of work. Yep, jeans are pretty unremarkable. And shoes, again, lots of choice of shoes. A lot of our variants on the same but with different colours. The boots we're going to lose the high tops of because they're going to go under the trousers. But they do mean that we don't see that little bit of flesh down at the bottom of it. We're not going to see their ankles. We've got sneakers of varying colours. And styles. How exactly, Drake? How very proper. Baseball shoes. Again, different colours. Yep, done that many times, DJ. Many times. If we go with brown boots, they all of a sudden look like fairly heavy-duty hiking shoes underneath those trousers. That could work as a look. I think purple's just a little bit too memorable. We don't have military boots as an option, unfortunately. The closest we have are these sort of welly boot things, which come in red, green, purple, or brown. Aside from that, we've got Christ, they look like moccasins, or an assortment of trainers. Boots or white toe sneakers. Yeah, the only boots that we've got are the basketball boots, shoes, whatever you want to call them, these things. I think for blending in, the brown welly boots are probably the option. Now, this is possibly the most important choice for character creation coming up. Because, although class is a bit of a misnomer, but the next option is to select a class. Now, all this means is it's the two weapons that we start with. That's all the class is. As you progress through the game, you can learn all 9 weapons and use them in any combination that you wish. So, yeah, exactly. We went to Illuminati. We kind of do have to blend in a bit. So the weapon choice that we get here is purely our starting weapon choice. As we go through the game, we can progress to different weapons. Now, the weapons do have roles kind of with them by default. There are 9 weapons in the game, and effectively you've got 3 DPS weapons, 3 tank weapons, and 3 healing weapons. Excuse me. So if you want to go through as a healer, you take rifle or fist or blood magic. If you want to go through as a tank, you take hammer, shotgun, or chaos. Your class determines the weapon choices, but they don't define your character. And it really just does just determine your initial weapon choices. So, for instance, the Warlock, which is my preferred choice. Your mage can only use pistols as a focus. Way too bad. Hello, good evening. So as a Warlock, which is my preferred starting choice because I find it of them the easiest to play with, you start off with blood and rifle. Now both of these are healing weapons, but they do have damage abilities as well. And they're both really rather good at it. The trickster that DJ was talking about gets chaos and pistols. So chaos is more of a tanky weapon, but again does damage at very close range. A lot of AoE, point blank AoEs, and pistols are an outright DPS weapon. So there's a good balance of range damage and survivability, which is why this has is easier on the difficulty scale. Yes, sword did get a huge work, and if we look at the assassin, yellow jumpsuit, not taken from any movies that might involve a sword woman wearing yellow, killing lots and lots of people at all. Assassins get sword and elementalism, which is where on my main character I started. Again, swords give you good point blank AoE, elementalism gives you a good range. So again, you have balance. The Ravager, Fist and Blood. Again, these are two heal weapons. The Fist is point blank weapons and healing. Range gives you, Blood gives you range and healing. So there's there's a good balance. I think each of these gives effectively a point blank weapon and a ranged weapon. So assault rifle, Fist. Again, two heal weapons. Punisher gives you shotgun, hammer. Warlock we looked at. Gunslinger, pistol, shotgun. So although nothing melee, both the pistols and the shotguns are close range weapons. They have limited. This is Shinji's main loadout. Shotty pistol. Possibly in reverse from the way he's written it, but they are all pretty well balanced. And it gives you a difficulty rating here as to how difficult any combination is to play. Because I'd played the Secret World back in the day, and bought the back then they called it the Grandmaster package. When the Secret World ended and it became Secret World Legends, that gave me a lifetime patron membership. So it does give me a few extra perks, like multiple character slots, which I'm absolutely making the most of by using this for a back to basics on the game generally. So the Magus has a 4 skull difficulty rating. I didn't mean to gloat on it, Drake. Yes, we do also get the free anima jump. So the Magus, what does that give us? That gives us elementalism and chaos. So it's an entirely magic. They're called the Magus, of course. It's entirely magic. Elementalism gives us our range. Chaos gives us our survivability and point blank. Yeah, the other option then is just running across the map and killing everything between points A and B. Jumping is by far the more convenient, definitely. Magus is wonderful base for a unicorn head. It is very much a fun game, yes. Absolutely it is. So going through the last couple. Now this one doesn't have much range to it because we have hammer and sword. So this is a melee build. Damage with the sword, survivability with the hammer. Imp Curious, hello, good evening. How you doing? And then last one on the list is the Trickster. Chaos Pistol. Again, range, albeit limited range. Why are her arms so skinny? Possibly because I didn't do too much customization. She's a smaller than average body type. I think it just scaled everything. Besides, she's Illuminati. She doesn't spend time down in the gym or the dojo. She has minions to do that or something. That's how the Illuminati work, isn't it? They send the minions off for it. So, chat, which of these many combinations do we want to go with? I'm doing okay, thanks, Imp. Yeah, doing okay. I'm looking to see what the hardest one is. It's probably that one. Oh, no, no. Okay, the game reckons Warlock is the hardest to start with. You say the Demolisher. Yeah, Warlock is a lot of fun. I love the Warlock. Drake's always down for a tank build. So it looks like we're going for tanky melee stuff. Okay. Oh, Assassin. We've got a shout for Assassin. So now we're looking at Demolisher. If I read chat right, we're looking at Demolisher, which is this one. Sword and Hammer. Magus, which is all out magic, chaos and elementalism. Or Assassin. Elementalism and sword. Okay, right, folks. Let's do this fairly straightforward. Now we've got 3 options. So, in which case, Looper, go with the one that you think seems coolest. Everyone in chat gets a fair say. So, let's see. Let's bring it down to a 1, 2, 3 option. You can have 1s in chat if you want the Assassin, 2s in chat if you want the Magus, or 3s in chat if you want the Demolisher. Get those numbers in chat now, please. Oh, 2 is... That's the Magus. Just pipping the Assassin to the... Yep. The Magus is currently winning by 1 vote. So, Magus it is. We'll be taking Elementalism and Chaos to the battlefield. I've never started as a Magus, and apparently it's fairly difficult to start with, so... Thank you, chat, for giving me the tougher job. Right. Names. We need names. Chat, I'm lousy at coming up with names. If it's down to me, it's going to be something fairly generic. So, Karen. There are some here who call her Tim. Okay, so first name Karen. Well, how about we give her the first name of Karen and we spell it as per the Pheromone of the Sticks for the nickname, if that's not taken. Oh my god, Drake. Drake. I'll certainly take the first name and surname. Oh, what the heck. It's getting backed up. Okay. Karen, manager please, Smurf. That, Drake, you have chat voting with you. Karen, manager please, Smurf. And the name is accepted. Okay, here we go. I love...
Where the military is maintaining a heavily guarded perimeter around the site of last month's terrorist attack. The Japanese government has stated that an unidentified radical political group released a biological agent in the Tokyo subway, less than 1 kilometer from Orochi Tower. Although the area has been evacuated, there have been eyewitness reports of activity inside the perimeter, including ongoing fighting between Orochi security personnel and armed civilians. Authorities are denying these reports, and the military has barred anyone from approaching within 100 meters of the temporary perimeter.
You will see the end of days. You will see the dawning of a new age. To be a monarch or a beggar. To lose everything or to become a god. To stand with us or against us. The choice is yours. Remember this.
So things aren't going particularly well for Karen right now. And yes, the tie-in quest is really quite cool. Looper played the park last week, and last time I streamed this, just to show Looper where the tie-in was, I did that quest in the park. Yeah, I'm the same as you, Drake. I never actually played the park to finish. I just played it to get the talismans and outfit in TSW. You're very welcome, Looper. Very, very welcome. Right, so default movement is we're sad. Well, actually, no, because I'm keggy-handed and I use the arrow keys, but it's all fine. That bit works. Generically, the game does use WASD, and I still can because it has primary and secondary key bindings.
Trembles. You must learn or be swept away.
Which carries level 25. So, throughout the game, all missions generally either come from a person or an object, and they're defined by different coloured icons for the mission. So in this case, we've got a red icon that tells us it's an action mission. Back home, all clear given. Brilliant, Izumi. That is good news. Good news indeed. Dicarb, hello, good evening. So, we're going to take the mission, The Dead Rise.
Haste.
Now, it's worth paying attention to the kind of surroundings that we have. Oh, look. If we look back, we've just come out of a mausoleum. I mean, look at that. This is our bedroom. We're in a graveyard. Are we dead? Now, we don't have any abilities yet, so hopefully we're going to get something soon. Move close to the Dream Architect and press F to choose the... Maybe we've done that bit. Aha, here we go. Interact with the box to pick up a weapon. Open your inventory and right-click the weapon to equip it. So it gives us the primary weapon that we've already picked. We went with the Magus, so we have our Elementalism focus already here. We right-click it from the inventory, and it drops it in the relevant slot in our character sheet. And then I dismisses it again. Let's talk to the architect.
Dead are rising to the siren song. Destroy them. Basic abilities are as effortless as breathing, but power abilities draw upon...
Okay, so we can throw fireballs. This is cool. And if I click the mouse button, You get lightning as well. All we've got to do is kill this one zombie. Job done.
Lay the dead to rest. Silence the call.
Okay. Defeat the fresh zombies. Well, they're coming this way, so we don't need to go chase them down. Now, if I fireball one, they get really aggy. Now, the lightning is quite handy. So the ability they've given us here is chain lightning, which means that when we fire it at one, it then links onto others. It's one of the best, to my mind, best AoEs in the game. And there are two voices talking to us throughout this. One is the Dream Architect, dressed in white, and one is a male-sounding voice that's a little deeper and just a little bit spookier.
You must learn focus and control. The Watchers will intervene only in dreams and only once. Every weapon becomes a unique focus for your abilities. Your elemental focus warms to your will, but balance is required to harness thermotic powers.
So, generate heat, deal more damage, don't overheat. Recover from overheating with cooling abilities. So they've now given us an ability to reduce our heat. This one increases heat, this one reduces it. Nice and simple.
Ooh. Speciality Spotlight. Elementalism. How to control thermotics. Use fire or lightning abilities to increase your heat level. As your heat level increases, all elemental abilities deal more damage. If you overheat, you will be unable to use other heat abilities for a short while. Use cold-based abilities to regulate your temperature.
Seems fairly straightforward, doesn't it? And kill the suspended Rakshasa, so that would be this thing. It's even labelled Suspended Rakshasa. There's handy. So we can throw fireballs at it.
Have also come to heed the song. Have pity, but spare them no mercy. They were once like you.
The heat's rising, so if we do that, we drop the heat. Which means that we can do the funky things and fry it all over again.
The world shakes, the dead rise. You will be tested.
Yeah, the Hell Mobs are a rather interesting design, definitely. Okay, explore the graveyard.
You are cursed with free will.
Now both voices said the same thing there, which is disturbing. That's it, you just group together so I can hit you with the same ability. Hey, there's more of them. There we go, so controlling the heat isn't too terrible. So run it, walking backwards while the enemy's charging at you actually kind of seems to keep distance just a little bit and stop them from hitting you too much. Uh-oh, that one looks bigger. Oh, he's got a lever handle. That might come in handy. We'll take that. I don't, but Drake was saying he was having some crashing issues earlier. Might be related. Okay. There's a revenant up there. We don't know it's a revenant yet, but it is a revenant. First, we need to speak to the Dream Architect again.
Revenants do not follow the call. They follow death. You cannot leave this place while it lives. Be agile. Be confident. Your life depends upon it.
Okay, active dodge. Hold shift to any direction key and we roll out the way. Also double tap also works. Okay, place the lever in. Right. Let's wake up the Revenant. There he goes. That's not the button I wanted to hit. Now, being a ranged attacker, I don't have to worry about his damage abilities quite so much. However, there we go. There's a dodge roll just to show you that it does work. Right. Press the send report button, and okay, so if we do press Control R, that gets the button that up here telling us that we've got a mission report to hand in. And oh, the Illuminati are watching us apparently. And we've got a talisman reward bag. What's in our bag? We've got a belt. So again, if we right click the belt, that pops it onto the body shape here. In most games where you have armor pieces, be it helmet, chest plate, leg, whatever, in this game they take the form of talismans. So again, you still get a headpiece, neck piece, finger, wrist, luck, and occult, and then a belt. And then our second weapon goes in down here. And you don't start getting extra pieces until further into the game. So at some point in the first main region of the game, we'll get a neck piece. We probably won't start getting any other pieces until the second region of the game. So let's pull the lever and go deeper.
Make the right choices.
Wait, make the right choices. There is no choice. What do I do? What do I do? Okay, I'm talking out of it, but I know exactly what to do. But the game doesn't always give you clear instructions. And that's one of the cool things about this game. It doesn't take you by the hand and lead you through. There are a lot of missions where you will not only be needing to go and look stuff up, but the game will be expecting you to go and look stuff up. So much so, they put a browser in the game, so you can look stuff up without having to tab out. So we're just going to jump straight down here. That was the plan, Looper. That was the plan all along. Okay, so we've now gone from what looked like a dusty graveyard in New England to an Egyptian tomb. Well, okay then. And once again,
Fighting eternal darkness is a fool's errand. Wisdom is the light that drives the darkness away. The torch, child. We speak in metaphors because alien minds cannot decipher them. Your path will be equally puzzling. Wisdom must be your torch.
okay, so grab the torch, she said. Okay, fortunately, there's a burning torch. And we have a button we can press. Now, if we look closely on the button, it kind of has a angel-like figure on it. I forget the proper term for it. It's an Egyptian hieroglyph. It's the knot of something, but to me it looks like an angel, so that's what I call it. Oh, there we go. It's nicely illuminated now. Right. Move past the floor tiles, and they've all got different buttons on them. And with this icon being so prominent, it strikes me that this is even over there. Look, over the head. See, if we step on a wrong one, so stepping on the wrong one is bad. So let's step on a right one. Yep. And there seems to be a path of these angelic looking Egyptian hieroglyphs. And lo and behold, we've done our first puzzle in the game. I'm sure there will be more.
You are with the chosen, but you must choose for yourself.
Oh, there are a lot of puzzles in this looper. A lot of puzzles. Yeah, whenever I do this, because I've done this so many times, I know the way to go, but I wanted to show you the wrong option as well as the right option, so you can see the sort of things that happen. Oh, cutscene. Okay, the game again has shown us 4 different icons. Now, this time round, the game is nice enough to zoom in on them for us. So we have 4 strikes, an angel, and a kind of weird looking letter R. There's our letter R. That's 2 strikes. Okay, there's our 4 strikes. So we want that one. And there's our angel. Go on, run faster. Run faster. And there's a letter R. And bingo. Job's a good one. Again, the game isn't always as obvious in showing you what the answers are. But it does get gradually more difficult as you go through. No worries, Sage. Take care. Thank you for stopping by.
Even if this is
This is merely a dream.
The Cabal thing. So the Cabal is it's guilds, whereas fantasy games have guilds. Final Fantasy has free companies. Secret World has cabals. They are guilds, and you'll find them advertising sometimes in general if you stand in Agartha long enough, sometimes in Looking for Group, or if you go to the either on the Secret World forums or on the Secret World Discord, there will be cabals advertising for people to join them. With the cabal, if you join a cabal, it does get a lot easier to get into some of the end game content, like the high level dungeons, the raids, the lairs, that kind of thing. There are a lot of the cabals do organize nights for it. What are we doing? We are moving forward and diving deeper. Okay, well, it says dive deeper. Geronimo. I do recommend taking a look around as to what cabals you might want or be able to join. I would say I'd recommend the one that I'm in, but is it hard to start one? No, it's very easy to start one. Once you've I think hit level 5, I think it is. If you press the G button, I think I'm trying it from memory now. It takes you to the Cabal management screen, and if you're not in one, there's an option there to create one. But there is a nice community around the game. And one advantage creating your own cabal, certainly in the early stages, gives you, is that it gives you a much bigger storage capacity, because all of a sudden you've got a cabal bank, which is bigger than your personal bank. But what you will find is that with all things storage, you will fill it up. And you will come to a point where you will want to join a bigger cabal to do those higher level dungeons. And then you've got to think, well, a minute, I've got all this stuff in the cabal bank, what do I do with it? So that there is a trade-off there. So I would recommend, if you're getting to the point of looking at cabals, if you're not absolutely tight for storage space, do look at joining one of the bigger cabals like Nine Swords or Odo or League of Monster Hunters. All three of those were in the original TSW. They're around now. There's probably more, but they're the three that immediately spring to mind. And again,
they are the cats prowling at the walls of reality. You are the mouse. It is best to remain unseen.
Okay, that's a subtle way of saying this is now a sabotage mission. You've got to sneak. It's well worth looking at the Secret World forums and the Discord to see who's advertising, and it'll give you a chance to look at the websites that these cabals put up, because they quite often lay out their stories. This is what we do. This is what we look for in our members. That way you can be informed before you look to join what they're about. So, the blood-starved beasts.
A clever mouse creeps carefully to avoid stepping on a trap.
Now, the icon for this, if you press J, it pulls up the mission journal. Now, if you look over in the right here, the icon, it kind of looks like a keyboard at first glance, but it's actually a stick of dynamite with a clock on it. The game classes it as a sabotage mission. Quite often that means a need to be sneaky and unseen. And indeed, there are achievements for doing such missions without being seen. So we've now gone from an Egyptian tomb to somewhere snowy, possibly Transylvania.
It's not my place to intervene, but then...
And there's the voices saying two things at the same time. It's not my place to intervene, and the other one says, we're here to guide you to the light. Those voices will become clear the further you go into the game. There are stages of the game where you get dream sequences, and they both talk to you at further points. Now, I don't know whether this one's going to do it because this is the tutorial, but just above the green health bar on the lower left of my screen, you'll sometimes see on one of these missions like a yellow circle or like an award rosette. There's an extra achievement for doing these without being seen or without taking damage. It encourages people to do the missions multiple times because eventually they'll want to do it and get the achievement for it. So we've walked past the mines. They are proximity mines. If we get too close, they'll go off. We're now dodging the laser grid. Again, fairly simple on this one, but some of them can be really quite complex. Oh, we've got to jump over this one. Okay, let's see if we can jump over it. Okay, good job. We've made it past the laser grid. Okay, deactivate the electrified floor. Well, they clearly didn't deactivate the electrified floor. So we'll use the console. The console was nicely highlighted so that we could do it. Yay, we didn't get lasered, I know. And we're not going to get electrified as well. The game does make some things easier because it highlights bits you can interact with. Not necessarily in the right order, as some of the later missions will confuse you with, but they are there and highlighted so they can more easily be seen.
Where the cat walks, the clever mouse will walk unseen. A mouse cannot defeat a cat face to face.
Again, a subtly hidden way of saying, don't get seen by the bot. That's the cat right there. We are the mouse. And the area that is red is where we cannot be. So now we've got to sneak past and disable it. So these pillars are to our advantage. We can hide behind these where it can't see us. And all the while, it's walking away from us. We can sneak round behind it unseen. And it's done. The tutorial does definitely simplify things compared to stuff later in the game, but it gives you a feel for the sort of things you're doing. What have we got to do next? Investigate the war machine's chassis. Okay, it's got a picture. Again, this indicates the sort of thing that the game does. It's not just giving us a thing we need to do, it's giving us a picture. And there's a stamp on the back of that, 3691. Handily, it's also given us this clearly here. Just sort of thing to make a note of, 3691. Yeah, you'll need that code. Now, fortunately, for important images, they're stored in the journal. So again, you can press J to bring the journal up, and if you click on Show Image, it'll bring that image back up. Excuse me. So we now have the number. And now you can see there's a panel on the side here that is highlighted yellow. In a lot of games, you might just go, okay, I've got the number, I'll click the panel, and the game will do the bit in between. Secret World doesn't do that. It gives you the panel, you have to type the number in. It was 3691. Yes, it was. And there we go. That's the first part of the tutorial done.
Talismans can protect you, strengthen you, and focus you. But they cannot save you. Nothing can save you, but the choice will set you free one way or another.
Yes, DJ. You can type them in. I always have the number pad activated on my PC as a number pad rather than as page up, page down, and arrow keys. So I use the number pad on my keyboard to type that in. You could use your mouse to click the buttons on the interface. Oh my god, here comes Alex, your favourite Lumi. Right. What have we got to do? We've got to hand in the mission. So again, Control R. The little green button that we had here was telling us that we had a mission to complete. Control R brings it up here. The Illuminati give us the mission update. Here it says, we're checking your progress. We're waiting. That doesn't sound ominous or freaky at all. But we'll collect it. And something just leveled up. So we'll open the bag again. Right clicking the bag opens it. And now we have our second talisman. We've now got a neck piece. Okay, now we're clearly stepping out of some dank facility in Romania to...
We have no time to spare.
Shouldn't we consult the Council of Venice first?
Now is not the time for argument.
What was that?
Tentacles!
Go now!
Don't hold anything
Right.
back.
Okay, don't hold anything back. Here we go. What is that thing? I don't know, but I'm fighting it. See, there's the active dodge getting out of that AoE circle. Don't stand in chalk circles, because that's where the bad guy's going to do something to hit you. Ah, Zooberry, yes. I like Zooberry. And I only recently found out that...
Mindful of the voices, they speak the truth.
Somebody's been bad. I approve. Mind if I come in? Time is ticking, so I'll cut straight to the chase. I work in talent acquisition, specializing in a highly unconventional sector for a very particular client. And they're particularly interested in your kind of talent. Fucking stuff up, putting it back together, altering the fabric of space and time, basic thaumaturgy. My client is only interested in the best of the best. That's where I come in. Your talent is raw, but it's obvious. My client has the means to refine that talent and make the most of what you've got, and I'm not talking about money. Well, not just money. Protection, power, the best parties in the biz. We're prepared to give you a unique opportunity, a chance to prove you've got what it takes to hang with the big boys and girls, to rule the world. It's up to you to grab that opportunity by the balls. Based on what I've seen so far, you might be what I'm looking for, or you might end up dead. Time will tell. Tick tock. You have an appointment tomorrow in Brooklyn that I'd recommend you keep. There's no address. Consider this the commencement of your official interview. Find us, or we'll find you. My client has eyes everywhere. Don't be stupid. Later, Gator.
So, yes, the Illuminati have given us their calling card. Oh, did it, Izumi? So I'm catching up with chat again now. Well, that's good to hear that you've found it useful. It's different houses. So the Illuminati have a handler, the Templar have a handler, and the Dragon have a handler. It all helps, Izumi, really does. Seriously, folks, two-factor authentication. If an app you're using has it, please use it for your own safety. So we are now in New York, and we have to find the Illuminati. So, of course, the first place we're going to look, because the mission's telling us, up in the map here, up in the top right of my screen, there's a little circle giving us the area where the mission is supposed to be happening. Look for a lead in the laundromat. Okay. A magazine. Hive mode. B reference much? July 2013. Wow. Shows you how old this game is. Or at least the core parts of it. Fuzzy Fred's project. Oh, is it Imp? Wow. Doesn't surprise me. The level of investigation that they've done to put the game together, that doesn't surprise me in the least. Let's talk to Dave Screed.
No. Too much visibility on the street. They're listening. They're always listening. That's why I keep the dryers running 24/7. They bug my phones, read my mail. They have this place on CCTV. Replace my girlfriend with an android. The Illuminati. I know you know. And they know I know. You know? Oh, you're wondering why they haven't disappeared me. Shut down my magazine? It's because I play smart. I play along. It's a game to them, you know? It's all just a game. Oh, hi, Leah. Don't worry, she's not one of them. She's in my D&D group. Role-playing is the only avenue to resist control. We do nothing they don't tell us to. They've been conditioning us in every kind of media for years, okay? Example, Pac-Man. That's how they see you. Just a little head, just a mind share. And you run through the mazes they built, sucking down their pills. The fruit, the forbidden wisdom of Eden, never enough. And you can't shake the fucking ghosts, right? I mean, they're watching you. Their eyes are always watching you, even beyond death. This all adds up. That's where you'll find the Illuminati, at the Dark Center, in the Ghost House, in the Labyrinth. It's right here. Just follow the yellow dot road. That's all I can say.
Poor Screed. Yeah, I feel for Screed. There we go. Put it back. Follow the yellow dot road. Absolutely. So, find evidence of surveillance in the laundromat. Well, okay. Well, there's a camera there for a start. Find more evidence of surveillance outside. Well, looky here. Follow the trail of surveillance equipment. Now at this point, you can still see just on the corner of the map in the top right where the next stage is. If I press M to bring up the main map, we get a very cool map of New York City, and we're going to be going here. I've got to do a 180. Ignore these dots. These are from another instance of the game. I say another instance, another player's mapping of certain things. We'll come to those later. So we'll do a 180 and we'll go down here because that's where the yellow dot road leads. So somewhere here is more cameras. And you'll see that it's flashing up on my screen that there's lore nearby, and you can see two spinning yellow things up there. These are what those dots represent on the map. I won't be collecting all the lore this run, but just a few bits and pieces to highlight what they are. So we can see... No, there's a plugin for that. One of the good things about both The Secret World and Secret World Legends is that they built it to take plugins, or add-ons or mods or whatever you like to call it. And there's a wealth of them. There's one called Lorehound, and what that does is detects when there's lore nearby and signposts you to it to make it easier to find. In Secret World Legends, they're actually called Legends, not lore, but they do give a lot of background information and lore type data. So we've got to work out how to get up there. Now, I'm trying to remember, because it's been a while since I've done this. I think, please tell me if I'm wrong, I've got to jump up on here, and then on top of that. There we go. It's a bit parkour. And then we press the action button, and it picks up the lore, which tells us a little bit about the Illuminati. And if we press L, which brings up our achievements and legends, we can see that it's telling us what we've picked up. So the marker's gone, but it was Global, Illuminati, and it was this one. And it gives us a little bit of information, but as you can see, there is a lot more to find out about the Illuminati. Grimmy, hello, good evening. Welcome to Starting Over. I thought I'd put a Back to Basics thing up there a little bit, but it's disappeared. Not sure where it's gone. But let's see if I can add that back in, because that's bugging me now. Apologies, folks. There we go. There it is. Back to basics. Right. So, having picked up this lore, or legend, we get a little bit of information. On its own, it doesn't mean a lot. it tends not to make sense until we've got everything around it. So we now need to find another one. There's one just over there. Let's see if I can make the jump. Yay! A lot of finding these things has a parkour feel to it. If you've played Star Wars The Old Republic, there's a similar thing in some of the holocrons you pick up. Datacrons, holocrons, I forget what they're called. The things that you pick up in that as well. Now there's one all the way down there, but there's no easy way to get to it. We'll find that one later. However, the story is taking us to the blue marker. Incidentally, this game is full of foreshadowing, background information that isn't necessarily collectible lore. These posters are among those bits of information. These are characters that you will see mentioned in the game, but you won't necessarily see until late game, if ever at all. Is there a link to them? So they are on... It was Curse, but Curse was picked up by Twitch. Is it Curse Forge, I think it's called now? Yeah, Curse Forge. There's a whole load of mods on there for assorted games. If you search on Curse Forge for Secret World Legends, you'll find a list of plugins that you can use. Ones that I'm using, I should really make a list and put it in a command. I've got Lorehound because that's really, really useful. Some of them are iconed up here. So this is Lorehound, which is configurable to turn on or off alerts depending on what it is you're looking for. I'm not in Discord, but if you send a link I can pick it up. This one simply is called Boost Sprint. It automatically puts the character into sprint mode once you've got a sprint. This one lets me save builds, and this one, again, you don't need until much later in the game. This one covers agents. This one is possibly the one that I use the most. I built all these outfits for my other character, but it literally lets you save outfits. It's called Valerie's Fashionista. I had it in TSW, I have it in Secret World Legends. It's one of my favourite mods. I did that on my main, but I tend not to do the completionist thing on subsequent characters. Purely because I do it on the one, I don't feel a need to do it on the other. But that's not for everyone. Your mileage may vary. So let's follow the yellow dot blue dot road. See, there's one there for the Orochi group. Right there in plain sight. We'll pick that one up because it's there. Because the other thing with lore is it's free XP. Every one of these little gold spinning squares gives you XP. So if you see them, absolutely pick them up because it's more XP. Quicker leveling. I think, unless I'm remembering a different building, there's one up there. See, now this was my memory. There's one up here as well. So each faction has their own little hub. So for the Illuminati, it's New York. For the Templar, it's London. And for the Dragon, it's Seoul. And in each of those, there are a set number of these legends telling you more about the faction. But for now, we're following the blue hand with the all-seeing eye. Because it's telling us where to go. Yeah, Illuminati graffiti. It doesn't get any less subtle than that. Not necessarily a good memory looper. I did it 4 times in the previous instance of the game, and I've done it twice in this instance. So it's more sort of learnt by rote more than anything else. Okay, we're in the sewers, and we're following. See, the hand is showing us the way, so we can follow the hand. 3 options. We've got 3 options. The hand is pointing to this middle one, and then it's telling us to turn right, and then there's a left up here. We can ignore the homeless New Yorker. So, you know that there is a law around there that we could go around and get.
Children
Whoa!
of the night.
What just?
What a mess they make.
Izumi, did you just drop a gift bomb?
Children of the night.
Izumi, you sweet, sweet being, you. Thank you. Bless your heart, Izumi. Thank you.
Children of the night. What a mess they make.
Oh, bless. Thank you so much, Izumi.
Children of the night. What a mess they make.
Good Lord. Thank you so much.
Children
I thought that was the 5th one. Clearly it isn't.
What a mess
I can't count. I'm a drummer and I can't count. Right, that might be the last one. I think that is the last one. So, folks, everyone that just got gifted a sub, enjoy the emotes. When I'm finally back on a drum stream, I'm going to see if I can sneak one in tomorrow. You will have control of the cameras. If you look down below in the panels, there's a subscriber panel. That'll give you all the camera commands. I will remind people when we're drumming as well, but you have control of the cameras. All subs do. And those gifted subs, that's £1 for each sub going into the charity pot to be given to a charity voted on by you, the subscribers. Towards the end of the month, I'll put a poll up in the subscriber channel in Discord in the next week. Thank you, Lupa. Thank you. And you can then vote 1 vote each, please, and you will vote on which charity out of the 5 that I list the money goes to. And of course, on the last Monday of the month, I do a stream in Discord that is subscriber only. It's on a Monday, so it doesn't interfere with the rest of the streaming schedule. And we have a listen through the songs in the community playlist, the songs that we can't broadcast for licensing reasons. So we have a friends and family get together. It's like going around your mate's house and sticking the disc in the CD player without actually going around your mate's house. So as subs, you all get access to all those things. Do make sure that you've got your Discord and Twitch accounts linked, and do join us on Discord. It's a community Discord. It's not just mine. Lupa's there, Drut's there, Fish is there, Robinson's there, Moliere's there. There's a whole bunch of us there as streamers. Pop by and say hi. Where we go? See, there's another Illuminati one down there, and I've lost the hand. Where's the hand? The hand goes this way. We're going to go this way. There's a crazy... Did you see the other player running around? I think they're trying to get the lore as well. Where's the hand go? So the hand goes through there, but if we sneak in here, maybe... Nope, it's around the next wall. Fine. Follow the hand, follow the hand, follow the hand. There it is. There's that one. So I'm just putting up that last one. Cue the ritual chant. Fuck or be fucked. This is an 18 rated game, and they make the most of it. That's that 18 rated. It's mature. It's rated mature, as is the stream. Wait for it, CERN incoming. Right, there's nothing else to do here. So, okay, content warning coming up. Not sure how best to word this. but the forcible administration of drugs is incoming. I'm sure there's a better way of wording it, but I couldn't find the right words. As Imp said, Zern incoming. Here we go.
You know the drill. Run them through due diligence.
I'm on it. Please, no head trauma.
Someone ping Cassini to shut that fucking alarm off.
Say, have you ever seen a person void themselves from exposure to pink noise?
Get these two freaks out of here.
Hi. Have you ever seen a psychiatrist or taken psychedelic drugs? Whoa, 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 don't freak out. You got a lot of narcosynthetics in your system to fast track the rapport process. So make yourself comfortable before you lose motor function in your arms and legs. Is it safe? No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm a researcher, an experimental researcher.
Zern, my schedule is triple booked, so get started 10 minutes ago.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Geary. Management.
Still here.
Shit. Knew that. Wow. Illuminati. Always there. Okay. Today, we're going to be provoking your extra-human potential. Routine tests. Psychic driving, invasive procedures, auto-suggestion, and this is all going to happen while you're under a post-hypnosis role-playing scenario. I wouldn't worry about it. I'm going to play you a looped recording of the catastrophe in Tokyo. And then, with a little chemical assistance, your uninhibited neurons are going to work their crazy magic. I won't lie to you. This is going to be an intense, out-of-body experience. Wow! I'm pretty excited myself. And subject has left the building.
Yes, Looper, that is fairly heavy medical malpractice. Absolutely. And to answer Grimmy's question, what would the content warning be for the dragon?
Shut down. Kaidencho, everything. From the park to Arachi Tower.
SDF quarantine. Good news for Tokyo, bad news for us.
I thought the dragon thrived on chaos.
Someone once told me the Illuminati had all the answers.
They're saying a bomb. It's never just a bomb.
Something worse. Something that brought the filth with it.
So we fight. That's what us Templars do.
I enjoy a good fight. It's just these trousers are bloody velvet.
Sarah! Thank Gaia!
Okay, now we're back in the room. So to answer Grimmy's question, what would the content warning for dragons be? Sexual situations. Very, very simple one, the dragon. Yes, Grimmy's got it. So I don't want to talk over the cutscenes, so yes. Good old Alex in his velvet trousers. Right, so these three characters will turn up occasionally, mostly actually in some very endgame content, but they turn up on the posters for the game as well. They're like the three signature NPCs. You've got Alex over here, who's doing his best to sound like Sean Bean, is Illuminati. We've got Alice, who's a Templar, and then we have Mei Ling of the Dragon. And it's Mei Ling that we're getting the current mission from, Ground Zero. So those of you who were here when we started this, oh, is it Rose? Why did I think her name was Alice? It's right. Thank you, Imp. Thank you for the correction. This is Rose, not Alice. Those of you that were here at the beginning, as the bee was flying into our room, you could hear the radio talking about an event in Tokyo. This is that event. This is the result of a supernatural happening in the Tokyo subway. Okay, so we picked up our stuff from the bag, and we now have our secondary weapon. So we now have our chaos weapon, which again they will probably give us a run through of.
Speciality Spotlight. Chaos magic. Working with controlled chaos. Every time your chaos abilities deal damage divisible by 8, you generate 2 to 4 paradoxes. Once 8 paradoxes are generated, one of 3 types of chaotic effects is triggered. A singularity creates rifts in the fabric of reality around you which explodes, dealing damage and knocking down enemies. An enigma is a small beneficial effect applied on your enemy. Purging that effect or defeating that enemy will grant you and your whole team a much stronger version of the effect. Extra-dimensional doppelganger are clones of yourself that can attack your enemies.
Boost sprint, yes, that's the one. That's the one, DJ. Yes, we are now Sarah. And indeed, Sarah, as Imp says, is Council of Venice. Although currently we do, if you press V, it gives you the vanity camera, which lets you see yourself from the front. So we are still looking like ourselves to us, but to these three, we look like someone different. As you saw us waking up, you saw another face instead of ours. We're kind of riding piggyback on them. So we see us, they see them. And that is Sarah, who is indeed part of the Council of Venice. Sarah, not Sarah. Is it Sarah or Sarah? I know it's written as Sarah, but I forget the pronunciation. Which is crazy because they just said it. Anyway. Press Enter to open your window. Purchase an ability. Okay, we are buying abilities. So, as you go through, you gain experience, which gets you both SP points and AP points. Now for this, we are by spending action points to get an ability for our chaos weapon. And it's telling us to pick up distortion. So we will, because that's what it wants. I'm just going to, for my benefit, I'm just going to swap these two over to put them around the other way. So distortion does for us this. It consumes 3 chaos energy. Nice. Causes a ripple in the fabric of reality within your target, dealing 25 magical damage. I honestly can't remember that. I haven't gotten to the parts with the Council of Venice yet where that gets explained in a bit more detail. So I honestly can't remember. We're talking on memories that existed 3 years ago or more. And my memory, at best, is covering what I had for breakfast. Oh, that was gruesome. Let's just turn away there. So we can't open the gate. And now they're coming through the air vents and they're going to come out here and come jump us. Why does it come straight for me? There are 3 people with weapons in front of me and it comes straight for me.
How many have they got in there?
It's gone viral so fast. If this gets out into Tokyo...
It doesn't. We stop it here, whatever it takes.
Okay, you may notice that these bad guys are black and have black tentacles coming out of their head. They are infected by a thing that is referred to as the filth. It's the same black stuff that's creeping out the walls and obviously smell nice. target the weakling first. Quite possibly, yes, DJ.
We really have to stop meeting like this.
Right, what do we do? Move on through the gate. Okay, well, they're not going to lead, so I'm going to have to.
Don't let it get on you. Don't even breathe in.
It's reacting to us. Like it knows we're coming.
This stuff can't think. It's a cancer. Cancer doesn't know you're coming, it just is.
Now, I've overheated there. I could tell I was overheating because the lightning went from blue to red. Hey, put a shield on me. Thank you. The useless one because there were no bad guys. But... Okay, so giving us fight scenarios that actually now more closely replicate what you're likely to see in game, only we have backup. We got the backup of these three. And incidentally, don't do what I do. Don't stand in black explosive stuff. Okay. Now, regroup with the team. Okay, I'm regrouping with the team.
We're gonna need to use some heavier powers. Don't
Press enter to open the skill window. Purchase 2 passives for your primary weapon. So we've now got some SP points to spend on our passive abilities. Passive abilities augment what you've got with your primaries. So we're going to go to Elementalism, and it wants us to buy the attack rating and static charge, which charges enemies with static energy for 3 seconds. The next time you damage a static charged subject with chain lightning, which is the main attack we're using at the moment, they get extra damage. Okay, so basically it's a mean to enhance the damage we do.
You have to find Zuberi. We'll go make a stand.
I will have at the most 3 ults, don't worry. So we've spent the points, we've got the advantages, and we're now going through the platform. Apparently they're not coming on this trip. Now earlier in the game, I think it was Imp mentioned about Zuberi. Whoa! Hello, fella. Easy boy. I think I just dodged out my own ability there. I never use Chaos, so I forget what the effects are like. Okay, now sometimes when you kill a mob, it leaves you a present. You get a little handbag. And what it's given us here is a worn curio. So this is a gadget. Heals you or an ally for 80. Not excellent, but it's better than nothing, which is what we've got at the moment. So we've equipped that, and that's moved us on to the next mission point. So yeah, Imp mentioned that we hear from Zuberi occasionally, who's the sort of the mentor to the 3 that we were just dealing with. And I found out when I was playing a mission for a character he voices later in the game, that he is voiced by a voice actor called Dave Fennoy, who you may know as Lee from The Walking Dead. This guy.
The cavalry has arrived. Even where the filth corrupts, Gaia's power endures. Take it into yourself. Breathe it out. Will this broken body mended? Good. But even Gaia will be tested by what is to come.
Making a stand wasn't working out.
Yeah, about that. This ain't looking much better, to be honest. Now is not the time for argument.
Told you he would say that.
And the team's back together. We've got added firepower this time.
Well done.
So we've now got another standing fight with a bunch of bad guys. We're already going for hello. Let's use the dodge to get out of that one, shall we? Okay, big black cloud. That's got to be bad.
What the bloody hell is that thing?
It's a giant ball.
Watch out!
Yep, the beasts powered by the filth in this can be pretty nasty.
The gate's opening!
In fact, in the first part of the tutorial, we were fighting that big tentacle beast. All 4 of these were in that fight. Of course, it was too easy that we'd all get out here.
They're not stopping!
And they will not stop.
Look out!
This is all to
It's all
hold us
coming
back.
down!
Well, that doesn't sound good. Oh boy. So I'm now separated from them. Sue fracking perp. And of course, every subway in Tokyo has a doorway out into space. So we're going to get to see what Sarah looked like in a second, for those of you that didn't catch it before. So, actually, I think we might have another cutscene. Maybe.
Pineal gland. Overstimulated. Higher brain functions. Functioning. That is great work. Well above MK Ultra success rate. Hey, can I ask you, have you ever seen a jaguar tripping?
Zerd!
Well, yes. Look it up sometime. Hey, you better haul ass to the test chamber. Jump through a few hoops. Oh, and you may be feeling some discomfort from the microchip that I grafted to your spinal column. No worries, though. I mean, it's gonna fade, really. And as your doctor, I'd caution you, strongly caution you, don't try removing it, okay?
All your travelers must be submitted in triplicates, no less than 11 days before the end of your journey.
I'm pretty sure, Looper, that was Dr. Zern's brand of humour playing on the controlling nature of the Illuminati. So that's just telling us that we can use X to toggle sprint on and off. We use the auto sprint, so we don't need to be worrying too much with that. And as you can see, the Illuminati's internal structure looks a little, well, whacked. Right, we're off to the testing chamber, which apparently is this way.
All water coolers have now been laced with LSD.
Which is a separate instance, and it's asking if we're sure. We're very, very sure. Yes, they do. Okay, pick up the phone. Oh, handily, there's a phone right here on top of the oil drum.
Initializing field performance module. DNA encoding recognized. Syncing. Sync complete.
Okay, so
Field
the
performance module online.
weapons that we had previously have vanished, and we now get better quality weapons to start with. Because when we're now out of the dream situation, we've got real world stuff going on. Your faction handler has sent you a message. Press Alt to enter mouse mode and click the envelope to read it. So if we turn the inventory off for a second, all the while we're in regular mouse movement mode, but the mouse helps us point the camera. If we press the Alt key, we get a cursor, and instead of the whole world moving, just the mouse pointer does, which you can't see because this doesn't capture the mouse pointer. But down in the bottom right, which again, unfortunately you can't see because it's underneath the tip cup. If I just bring us to full screen for a second, down at the bottom right here, you can see there's an SMS message, which we have from Kirsten Geary. We can bring that up. Kirsten Geary is really cool. She's one of the better handlers. Hey there, I really hate to light a fire under your ass, but you'll need to hurry things along. Get everything you need from Director LaGuardia and then come to see me right away. There's an urgent matter we need you to investigate, so make certain to upgrade your shit. We wouldn't want to lose you on your first day. Kirsten Geary, KG. KG has a manner to her that is really quite unique. So we've taken our main weapon, we've taken some discards, and we've equipped it. We're now going to take some discarded weapons. This is how the game teaches you to use the construction upgrade facility. So press Y to open the upgrader. And we have the upgrade window and our inventory. If we right click our weapon, it pops it in the top here. Then everything that we want to effectively fuse into it to upgrade it, actually fuse is the wrong word, empower it with. Again, if we right click from here, it'll populate them straight in. We can also just drag and drop. They've given us 5 weapons, 5 slots. There's handy. If you choose a weapon that is the same as the one you're upgrading, it gives you a bonus to the amount of upgrading that happens, which is why there's a big plus flashing over it right now. And this is going to cost us nothing to assemble, so we're going to assemble it. And our weapon has jumped from level 1 to level 4. And this is telling us exactly what I just said. Sacrifice any weapon to strengthen an existing weapon. Sacrifice any talisman to strengthen an existing talisman. You got your PC back from repairs in. Cool. Wait, do you still play the old TSW as well? That's hardcore. And then once we've done our upgrading, we can right click and it pops back into the slot here. Job's a good one. And now we pick up our secondary weapon. And more discarded items. Oh, Chrono, hello, good evening to you. So once again, we're going to open our upgrading bar. We're going to pop our secondary weapon into the top. And we're going to put 3 more weapons down in the bottom. Again, because we're putting one of the same type, we've got a little bonus to XP, which means that our secondary weapon is now rating 3. And we can drop that in here. All's good. So we've equipped our weapons. We are good to go. We could, if we wanted, come in here and do some damage against the combat hologram to see what might happen, but we don't have to. And indeed, the game doesn't at this stage want us to, but we could. Exit the test chamber and go to meet your primary contact. So now we're going to go and meet KG. And good evening to you, Moliere. How are you doing? Other than being slightly sweaty. So once again, they have the wonderful blue thing. Even the lighting is blue. Now, back in the old TSW, there used to be a glitch in the map whereby people that weren't from the Templars could get in here. And back then, they had vendors inside here that you could buy Illuminati specific stuff from, which meant that you could then get your Templar or Dragon having some of this Illuminati specific stuff. I'm guessing they've fixed that, A, because the vendors aren't here, but B, I'm guessing they've fixed the hole. Since they've put this right here in front of us, we'll pick that up. Ooh, skinned your knees. Ouch. Accidentally flashed a photographer's assistant and got Sam because he didn't want to... Oh my word. Because you didn't want to take off your mask. Where the heck sent you out because you wouldn't take off the mask? Yikes indeed. And there's Kirsten.
I fucking love old school hip-hop, don't you? Projecting indecision is a big no-no. Always smile. But this isn't another test. We don't do probation. You're either in or you're out. The Illuminati are very achievement-focused. It's like Xbox, only everything is hardcore. The ethic I really want to instill in you is to aim high and achieve even higher. It's not just in your best interest, it reflects on me, too, and that is super important. Make me look bad, I'll mount your head on my wall as an object lesson to the next fuck-up. God, it is so cute when you new guys think I'm kidding. Solomon Island. A little town and a preppy school with connections to us have kind of vanished off the coast of Maine. The people aren't a major deal. Do you know how many disappearances there are in the United States every year? We do. But our noses need to be totally clean on this one. The military are involved, and we have limited bandwidth to stall the shitheels at the DoD. Give an old dude a red button to press, it's like Viagra to them. I want you out on Solomon Island to assess the impact on our bottom line. You can skip the traffic and the quarantine by traveling through Agartha. Just use your initiative, but not too much initiative. That comes across as desperate. Ciao, ciao.
And we're back in the room again. That was our first encounter with the controller that we get here in the Illuminati, Kirsten Geary, who is a character. Right, I'm just going to quickly scroll back through chat to see what I missed there. Bear with me a sec. Oh. Yeah, good on you for standing your ground, Moliere. Absolutely.
Think of me as an enabler.
Well, the good thing is that it'll pick up the mission from that tier that you're on, so you won't lose the entire progress in the mission.
Network like your life depends
Hugs
on it.
indeed. So, as you walk through areas, the static NPCs will still have random lines to say at you, including the one that they just said, which was network like your life depends on it. Because, well, within the game terms, it kind of does. Right, let's find our way out. Was this the way out? This looks like it might be the way out. Nope, that's the lift. See, we got dragged in here by our heels. We got tasered and dragged in. This must be the way out. Follow the corridor. To the warehouse. Good lord, there's a warehouse. We're in a warehouse. And again, Lorehound is very useful because it's showing us where everything is. So we'll pick these up because, again, free XP, always a good thing. I do recommend picking up Lorehound and adding that to your game. Boost Sprints as well is a good one. There's one down there that we missed. Oh well. See, you can just see these things from a little distance away, and that is intense. I have no idea how to get to that one. Oh, there's that one right in front of us, so we'll get that one anyway. Ah, there it is. Look at that. Hiding all the way over the back there. Warehouse? Their house. Why we talk like this? I thought you wanted to. Right, Agartha. Now you may have noticed, if we just go back out a second, all of a sudden we've gone from warehouse in a city, and inside the warehouse is this sudden green thing with glittery stuff floating around, and a hole that we're willingly going down into that is lit without lights, has its own sort of glowy light, and there's something beyond there. So we're going to go through the portal anyway because that's what adventurers do. Right?
Hello? Yes? Now this is the Hollow Earth, Agartha. I do hope you're not here for the local service. It's running somewhat tardy. And by my watch, it's 100 years overdue at 1/4 the hour. Judging from the cut of you, you're more of a world traveller. Well, you've come to the right place. This underground realm, like the Great British Rail System, is the very model of efficiency. Agartha's thoroughfares sprout from the Tree of Life and connect back to the surface. Distance and time bend in here. Why, you can cross the globe in a brisk walk. Of course, it's perfectly safe. No one's entirely sure how it works. Quite bedeviled, the science boffins, but I'm assured they have their top men on it. Top men. Now you'll need one of these. Mind your fingers. Thank you. Fascinating devices. Fortunately, there's still enough to hand out like sweets. Consider it your anchor to the Hollow Earth. It can return you here in a flash, proverbially and quite literally. Well then, onwards to the New England coast, what?
And yes, the station master is very British. So, we've received an Agartha conduit. Open your inventory and right-click it to learn teleport. There's the device. And now we can teleport to Agartha. As we progress through the game, we'll be able to teleport to all these regions as well. It's a very handy way of getting around and saves a lot of hassle. And you can see all the little achievements going through the game as we progress. And that is a jump pad. There are loads of them. We are now flying around the Hollow Earth. Because why not? Oh, yes, I should have... Thank you for pointing that out. If we just pop back... Is it this one? Nope. This one. Nope. Yes. Exactly, Looper. Exactly. There is very much a World Tree Yggdrasil vibe on this. So we came out of...
Children of the Night.
Imp! Thank you for the sub.
What a mess they make.
You wonderful being. You. Thank you very, very much for that sub. Enjoy the emotes. Enjoy the camera controls if you pop back on a drum stream. And do pop into Discord to make sure that you help vote on which... I was a non-gifter. Good lord. Then thank you, Anon, for gifting it. Thank you very much, Anon, for gifting that to Imp. But yes, everyone that is a subscriber, please do join the Discord, because you can then vote on which charity the charity pot goes to at the end of the month. So we came out of here in New York. At some point we'll be going round here to the Sunken Library, which is in Venice. And we could also go to the home of the Templars in London. Or the home of the Dragon in Seoul. The station master wasn't kidding when he said you can cross the globe at a brisk walk. And while we're over here, there's another lore that we can pick up. Lore is XP. And another thing that the station master said is that it's perfectly safe. Okay, I wasn't expecting to land on another platform there. I thought I'll just jump off the edge and show you what happens. But seeing as we're here, there's another lore here. We'll pick this up as well. Now, I'm going to just run down, since there was a lore there, I'm going to run down here and see if there's any lore down the other end. Then we're going to jump off and show you just how sensible this place is. Oh look, more lore. More lore. There's lore everywhere.
I don't mean to alarm anybody.
Riffler!
But I think we're being followed.
Riffler, good afternoon, good evening, good day, night, cycle, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Hello to you. Welcome. I'll salute back at you, my friend. Thank you. How you doing, Riffler? And there's even more Whispering Tide stuff. I'm going to have to come down here on my main, make sure I've got these. So, what I actually intended to do was just walk off the edge and show you that this is perfectly safe. Because ultimately, it jumps us back up here anyway. So you'll probably spend in-game a fair amount of time here. This is...
Children of the Night.
Riffler sub. Anon. Anonymous gifter. Dropping that sub out to Riffler. Thank you. Riffler, enjoy the sub. Enjoy the emotes. Riffler is a personality that I've seen around in-game. I've seen him in a few other Secret World streamers' channels. So I recognise the name. I think we've even chatted a few times as well, Riffler. Possibly in Uni's channel when you've been doing content with Uni. So this is the centre of Agartha, and we have a bank facility there where we can store stuff that we don't want in our inventory. We have an auction house here, and there's stores all around for buying cool stuff. And if we run up here, I happen to know there's a lore up here. But the other thing that I came up here to show you, around the edge you can see there's the Templar flag. There's another Guardian there. There's a dragon flag around somewhere. There's the dragon over there. And where are the... There's the Illuminati. So they're all here. And stood here as the Illuminati, giving it large in the direction of the Templars, all the way over there. So look at that. There's a lot of stuff to explore around here. There's a few other laws kicking around. This place, I think, was... This didn't exist in the first iteration of the game. This is a new thing since Secret World Legends, or part of Secret World Legends, where they've, I think, tried to build this to be more of a social hub to pull a lot of the focus away from London, which previously was unexpectedly a social hub, and biased a lot of things in favour of the Templars, which wasn't necessarily fair on the others. Oh yes, yes. When you go to London, if you walk past the Templars, they say things like, "Didn't we kick your asses in El Dorado the other day?" or something along those lines. El Dorado was one of the PvP instances. You'd sign up for PvP and you'd do a specific game format within this area called El Dorado that was very South American in feel. I thought there was some lore around here. This is a little nightclub theme they put in here. Got a dance floor, decks. You know, they actually have even put decks on the DJ stand. There's the lore. Oh yeah, look what the cat dragged out. That's another one. That's another one. And if you're a Templar and you go to London, one of the comments is, "Grab your Serco, you've pulled." So there are lots of things to do in and around here. And if at any point you're taking a break from missions or looking to do some of the dungeon content, one of the better places to stand and look at the looking for group channel is in Agartha, because the channels are, I think, localized to whichever instance you're in. So most people hang out in Agartha, so you're more likely to be able to get a pub group for content in Agartha. Now we're going to New England, which is over here. Bounce. And there are 3 sections to New England. We could try and go into the middle one, but it won't let us. We need to visit the portal from the Savage Coast side to trigger the entry. It's given me a login rewards. I collect all the login rewards on my main account. I'll collect that later. But you do get login rewards, and as a patron you get a little extra as well. So we're going to go to New England. We're going to Kingsmouth. And the loading screen pretty much sets out what to expect there. Yes. To be honest, even as a patron, I get 1 key per day for those loot caches, and I have hundreds of them.
Congratulations, Gopher.
Oh wow, I'm a gopher already. So the game gives you challenges. If you kill 50 monsters, 3 mains, 3 sides, and 4 item empowerments, all of those will get you this auction house type money, the Marks of Favour. That's useful for buying good kit off the auction house, and also for a few other bits and pieces in game. So it's worth doing the challenges. And if you do this tier of challenges, it unlocks a second tier of challenges, which is more kills, more missions, and more empowerments. So if you've got a good long evening planned out, you can really make some good inroads into leveling your gear as well as yourselves. You can sell them on the auction house, or you can sell the loot caches to vendors to get anima shards, which boost your ability to upgrade your equipment. I always found anima shards to be in fairly short supply doing upgrades. So anything that I can sell to a vendor to get more shards was always a good thing. Now, is it me, or does that look like it might once have been a Viking longboat? Kind of does, doesn't it? Hadn't actually noticed that until today. I've played this game for years, and I've literally for years, and I've only just noticed that that's actually a Viking longboat. I knew it was a boat, but I've only just noticed the style and figure of the prow there. Because I'm slow. So we're now in New England. Cutscene. It is imp, yes.
Oh, don't worry, kid. You haven't gone back in time. I just happen to be the last of the cowboys. Got your southern welcome right here. Mesquite beans, Texas style. Good ought to face evil on a full stomach. Name's Boone. I'm a troubleshooter. You and I need to have a powwow before you go shooting for trouble. Illuminati may have legacy on Solomon Island, but you folks gave that up for the high life and the low road. Sure, you can be divided in purpose, but we gotta stand united against darkness. This ain't my first rodeo. I know we're gonna need all the unity we can get. Don't mean to say you stepped into hell, but when the wind blows west, you can just about smell the brimstone. All we know is death and fog came from the sea, or someone brought it back with him. And if I was a gambling man, I'd put money on that someone still being around. Bunch of survivors holed up in Kingsmouth town. Follow that main road and the sound of gunfire, and you'll come to the sheriff's office. Kid, whatever your reasons for being here, you find out what those people died for, and you bring a reckoning.
See, now that right there, Imp, that right there is something that I hadn't realised. I didn't realise he delivered different lines depending on which faction you're from. Right, we have a law around here, so we'll pick that up because, again, free XP. And Jack Boone here, the cowboy that he is, has a mission for us. So this is now our first actual mission of the game. We've got a blue story mission, Dawning of an Endless Night. That will step through as we go through the game and give us prompts as to where to go. But in the meantime, in fact, I think that it says actually to pick up a fistful of zombies. Yep, fistful of zombies. So it wants us to pick this mission, and that's cool.
This forest crawls. Gets my fingers itching for two matters. One, the other, figuring out a way to keep them down. It ain't right the way the dead walk the earth. They deserve their 6 feet, same as everyone else. I've sworn to keeping guard here, and you've got places to be. But nothing's stopping you from culling the herd as you go. Hell, figure out what makes them tick and how to make that ticking stop, and I'll buy you a beer at the apocalypse. So go on, kid. Saddle up. The end of the world waits for no man.
So, this is our first actual mission. And first up, kill 8 zombies. Okay, now we've got a handy dandy AoE, so if I target that one, I should be able to get most of them. Yep, we'll just keep spamming that. And they fall over, thankfully. There's another 4 here, so let's get those done. Okay, jump on cars to trigger alarms. Now the area maps that you see in the map in the top right are approximate. They're not always accurate. Sometimes you can do the mission item outside of that area. This is one of those times. A lot of people that haven't played the game before might run down into the red area and then start doing it. But we can jump on this pink car right here. The alarm goes, and the bad guys come, so we can kill them. Now that makes the next bit just a little bit easier. Oh, there's a lure there. Let's go and grab the lure as well. So the next bit is ignite gas cans to draw zombies into the fire. Now what it doesn't tell us is how we draw the zombies in. This is where the game is... yeah, they won't necessarily attack outright, but there are achievements for killing numbers of mobs, and there are XP to be gained from killing mobs as you go. They're zombies, they're already dead. They should stay that way. So I don't see any problem with killing random zombies on the way through. So we know that jumping on cars draws zombies to the car. We have a... oh, for getting them to the fire. See, we've got a car right next to a gas tank. So if we set the gas tank on fire, wait for it to blow, and then just sort of kite them through the fire, job done. Yeah, one of the differences between Secret World Legends and TSW is that they've made it a lot more accessible. And are they actually yellow, those ones? So again, this is another one where we could do this outside of the area, because our next one is to examine the half-eaten corpses. Well, there's one just there. These aren't bothering us, so we're going to take them out anyway, because now we're looking at them. As soon as we hit them, they go from yellow to red, because they're then aggro. And now we can look at this dude. Holy heck, that fella's big. And I mean, okay, this did not go according to plan at all. I did not expect the others to jump in. Hulk smash. Hulk smashed. Right. So now we can carry on down to Kingsmouth. So we can run past these yellow ones that aren't likely to attack us. But we want the XP, so we're going to kill zombies anyway. And, okay, now, I mentioned about side missions. Side missions generally sit on objects or on the floor, and they've got this greeny icon with a box on it. This one's bullets for Andy. So let's pick this one up. And we need to pick up some ammo from the pickup. Well, there it is, right in the back of the truck. And now we need to go find Deputy Andy. We've still got the main mission. We can have one main mission and up to 3 side missions at any given time, as well as the story mission. So we just casually run our way into Kingsmouth. We found the Sheriff's Department. We found survivors. That's... the siren's going off to say that somewhere there's more zombies attacking. The mission tracker on the right tells us... it automatically switches to the current mission. So we've now got a mission item to hand in, which gives us a rundown from our handler on the mission itself. So we've effectively, we're sending him a text message saying, "Hi, we found survivors at the sheriff's office. Good job. Your findings fit with what we know about the reanimated dead. They're a total bitch, but you should have no trouble outwitting them tactically. We're familiar with 2 types. The recent dead are quicker. The long buried show less spunk but pose more significant numbers problem. The big breed, the corpse gorger, that's not an aberration we've seen before. Either that was the captain of the football team, or we're dealing with some kind of mutation. Ciao, ciao. Kahuli Games, hello, good evening to you. Good to see you. That ciao ciao is a very Kirsten Geary thing. Ciao, ciao. And part of our reward, we have a weapon reward bag. So if we pop that open, again, right click opens the bag. That's given us a fist weapon. We don't use fist weapons, but what we can do is pump this into either our main weapon or our secondary. And it will go towards upgrading it a little further. Baron is a good egg. Absolutely he is. And thank you for stopping by. So we still need to find Deputy Andy. Fortunately, we can see him from here. So let's run up and give Andy his bullets. Because he's up here shooting zombies. Baron, he is a very, very cool guy. Got a lot of time for Baron. And there we go, that's bullets delivered to Andy. We can't do his mission yet, it's got a padlock on it. This is called Secret World Legends. This is a MMO set in a... Not a zombie apocalypse, as you might think from looking at what we're seeing here. But in a world where every urban legend, every myth, every conspiracy is real or could potentially be real. We're currently playing a member of the Illuminati, and we're investigating a small island just off Maine that has literally dropped off the map because zombies. In other regions of the game, the apocalypse that we're facing is a little different, but here we've got zombies. So now we've handed in Andy's bullets, we've got another mission hand in. This is more generic. Your field report has been received and is currently being analysed and evaluated. Thank you for your contribution. We will contact you if more information is needed. A reward and cash bonus has been credited to your account. So we've got XP, anima shards, and another item box. No worries, Chrono. Thank you for hanging out. Rest well, and I hope you have a good day on the morrow. What time is it? Oh, good lord, it's 20. Good lord. I didn't realise the time. Time flies when you're having fun. So again, we can open the bag by right-clicking, and this gives us a belt. Now, we've already got a belt. It's not as good as the belt that we've got, so we can use this to upgrade the belt. And all of a sudden, that belt goes from level 1 to level 2. And we've already done now 10 field upgrades and got an achievement for it. There are a world of achievements in this game. If you press L, that takes you to the achievements and legends. And as you can see, we've been racking up the achievements throughout. And here's one for our field upgrades. So we've done 10 field upgrades, and that gives us 5 achievement points. The total achievement points is tallied up here. And, oh, good thought, way too bad. Thank you. There we go. And the achievement points can unlock you other vanity items in the stores that we saw in Agartha. So what do we now do? Go to the sheriff's office. Okay. We're in the sheriff's office.
Heck if I know where you folks keep coming from, but anyone who walks through that door alive pretty much gets my amnesty. Something in your past colors you sourly to a badge, I'd ask you to call it quits in return. We agreeable? Well then, I'm Sheriff Bannerman, and this down-home little state of emergency is what's left of my jurisdiction. Sure, we tried to hold as much of the town as we could at first. More out of nostalgia than any civil defense plan. I won't tell you Kingsmouth was a slice of heaven in a snow globe, but it was ours. Now it ain't. There was always something running under in this town. Maybe what's spilled out now. If that's how it works, I couldn't say hand on heart we didn't have it coming. But that fog, and the things in it, they didn't pick and choose when they came in. Most folks didn't stand a chance. Now, I can see you're armed. I won't kick up any fuss about that. Straight truth is, you'll need to be. Just don't go thinking that means you're deputized as such. Heaven knows if there was ever a time and a place for the right to bear 'em, you're looking at it. Henry has his word of God, that Roger woman has her crystal ball, and Norma out on the point's got a 12 gauge. my money's on Norma.
So yes, Kingsmouth has a bevy of cool people here. Helen Bannerman, the sheriff, is indeed a cool person. Norma is awesome. She's like the grandmother anyone could ever want. Okay, the game now says complete the mission Horror Show for Helen Bannerman. And Helen only has one mission at this point, which is Horror Show. So let's do it. Sheriff Bannerman believes that mounting surveillance equipment near the police station can provide advance warning of any impending attacks. She needs help to find useful equipment around town. It's a scavenger mission, but it's also a stealth mission. Sabotage mission.
Wasn't in our yearly budget to put the town under martial law. No, the good old boys on the council were all about thrifty spending, at least above the table. So I squirreled away where I could for some surveillance equipment. Police business, sure. Let's call it civic awareness. I'm talking your webcams, your motion sensors. Oh, don't look so surprised. Kingsmouth might be out in the sticks, but we have electricity and everything. Running water in tourist season. Come back when this whole damn mess is blown over. I'll give you the tour far as the old lighthouse. But, to get to the point of it. Seems to me we should bring that gear out of mothballs and get it hooked up around town. Gives me some early warning and the others a break from my collection of Jeopardy reruns.
So, we got to go and get some camera. Check the phone book for secured businesses. Okay, phone book's over here. And it very handily tells us where we're going. Cycle gas station, Kingsmouth Savings and Loans, Franklin Foundation Mining Museum. Okay, 3 places for cameras. Nice. Should be simple, right? Dodge the zombies, grab the cameras, jobs are good. So the first marker is down here. Now it's worth noting, it'll become more apparent in later missions in this area, but this all happens, certainly as far as Kingsmouth is concerned, right around Halloween. There are Halloween stalls set up with pumpkins and stuff. Okay, this is the Cycle gas station. Looks a bit of a mess. Ah! Handily outlined in yellow. That's what we're after. We're not going to reach him from down here.
Children.
Kahuli! Anonymous gifter does it again. Holy heck! Kahuli Games, you have a sub. Enjoy those emotes. And next time you see me playing drums, which I should have been doing tonight, but a migraine got in the way. Tuesdays and Thursdays I normally play drums to requests, so anytime you feel like stopping by to request some music, stopping by on a Tuesday or Thursday, you can play drums and you can control the cameras. There are 5 cameras posted around the drum kit. You can control which one gets shown, as can any subscriber. So where are we? We are Cycle, the easy gas. We're looking for a way to get up on top to get to that. And there's this big dude. Now, if you look on the map in the top right, there's an orange skull, pretty much right where the arrow's pointing. That orange skull tells you that he's a champion. And there are achievements and bits and pieces for killing the champions. So, yeah, let's do a thing. And champions always drop a handbag, which we can take the action key and loot. That could be a weapon, it could be a talisman, could even be a gadget. We can look at that later, when we're not out in the middle of a bunch of nasties. Still no ladder. There's some zombies there, so let's get rid of those. Aha! Okay, again with the parkour. Oh, look, they've had a sniper. Oh. No, not a sniper. They've had someone with a shotgun up here on the roof. Okay. Okay, we've got our first camera. Next is Kingsmouth Savings and Loans. That's handily over there. Okay. We'll kill these because they're red. They will attack us anyway. There we go. We've killed 50 zombies already. Sabotage missions have stealth gameplay focus. These missions reward evading enemies and avoiding discovery. Which you can tell because I'm going through blatting all the zombies. This part isn't the stealth part. That's to come. And that Looper is exactly why I'm doing this as a back to basics. Trying to talk my way through what I'm doing so it's clear. Because the game doesn't necessarily give you that tutorial start. And whilst as you go through the game you get to understand how it feels, it doesn't always give you that leg up. So that's the idea behind these. Fish did the same with Elite Dangerous, which again didn't have a big tutorial guideline when we first played. So here's the Kingsmouth Savings and Loans. Oh god, okay, we're going up there. I saw some ladders around the other side, so let's sneak around the back. Avoid those zombies here. We're going to sneak around the back of this building. Do I see a ladder there? Nope, that's pipes. Here's a ladder. Yeah, I never tried YouTube gaming at all, or Facebook. They weren't really a thing when I started streaming, so I started with Twitch, dabbled with Mixer, stayed on Twitch. Okay, here we go. Take a security camera from the top of the roof. Josiah, this is the one that needs changing. Have it done before I'm back from back. Is that Bangor or Bangkok? I'm not sure if that's a K or an R. He's either in Wales or somewhere in the Far East. New cameras are in the basement. Okay, it looks like the R from Remember, so he's in Bangor. Remember to fill out the repairs form and file it with the museum admins. James Morris, FMM janitor. Oh, Bangor is in Maine? I thought it was Bangor as in Wales. I thought he'd gone on a safe holiday and was completely safe from the apocalypse. Apparently not. I had no idea there was a Bangor in Maine. I do apologise to anyone that's from Bangor, Maine. My apologies. Yeah, we are in that is true. We are in New England. I should have guessed. Okay, it's pointing us over up to the basement. I mean, just because we're in New England doesn't mean he couldn't have gone to Wales. Right. Okay, he's got blue glowy hands and he's kind of swaying weirdly. I think the janitor might be infected with the filth.
I think you should go away. You should go away now. You need to go away because I'm not feeling very stable right now.
Yeah, not very stable right now is the thing. Okay, so if you look at the green health bar in my lower left, you'll see there is now a yellow circle with a white... We're being raided! Ico! Good evening, Ico Backer. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How was your stream? Can we get a shout out for Ico Backer, please? Snips is here as well. Hello, Snips. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome to Spoopy Times. Good evening, good evening. How was the stream, Ico? Hopefully it went well. What were you playing? Ultimate... Oh, Fall Guys. Was it the new season today? Sorry, getting slightly distracted by the raid. I do apologise for anyone watching the VOD. We've just had guests arrive from another channel. So for those of you that were here when I mentioned earlier about achievements for doing some of these stealth missions, if you look down in the bottom left, lower left, sorry, just above the green health bar, there's a yellow circle with a white star in it. That tells us that if we complete this mission without being seen or taking damage, in fact, if I mouse over it, achievement, Silent Witness. Reach the objective in the basement during the mission Horror Show without being seen or tripping any traps. So if we can do this without tripping a trap or being seen, we get the achievement. So, first trap. We could jump over the lasers, but the fork truck is blocking that one. We could jump over the laser here, but the boxes get us around it. Nice and simple. And we can't go there, so we've got to go this way, see what we can find. So we've got a box up there, but we're not going to be able to reach it. And there's a security camera just up there that we need to avoid. So we've got to avoid the cameras. What the heck? Aiko! Aiko, thank you for that sub.
What sweet music, Mike.
So Aiko, this is a back to basics. This is a how-to on the first staging of the first missions, the first steps in Secret World Legends, which is a horror-themed MMO. Why am I doing this? Because I think it's a cracking game, and I would love to have more people to play with, ultimately. And with a lot of games, hello Gamora! With a lot of games, they don't necessarily give you a lot of information in the tutorial. So having played a certain amount, I can possibly impart more knowledge than is done in the tutorial. I'm not an expert, but I've played it a little while. So this is a stealth mission, so we need to avoid being seen by the camera. Now the camera light kind of stops around about there, so we can just about safely, oops, if I avoid dodging, we can just about safely go up here. And if we stick fairly close to the walls, we're going to go under the camera. Now that's an interesting question, Gahuli. The Secret World, which was the first incarnation of this, came out in, I think, 2012. And I started playing that on release. It was in 2017, they did a lot of work to rejig the mechanics of it and relaunched it as Secret World Legends. I played it for a little while, but life happened and I drifted away. And I've come back to it literally within the last month. So it's a slightly more complex answer than you might expect. So we're going under the camera, it can't see us. We're going to carry on going all the way around. We're going to hug the wall. And we're going to switch the camera off. Green light's gone out. And the lasers have changed as well. Well, that's handy. So, we've now got a slightly different maze to go through with the lasers. And the dude we want to take down is still waving the blue hands, being all very scary. Ah, did you see the light move there? This camera's moving. We've got to be a bit more careful here. So, shadows and blockages are our thing. So the camera can't see us if we stand here. So we wait till the camera's all the way across. We move around. And then while the camera's all the way back, we can come up to the corner and stand under the camera because it can't see us while we're stood under it. Now it's moving again. We now very quickly run all the way over here and once again hit the button. And there we go. There's our Silent Witness achievement. That's our first achievement for doing stealthy missions without being seen. So if that's all the stealthy bits done, he's probably getting ready to try and kick our butts now. Yep, there he is. Hello. Hello, sir. Can we not do the hitty thing, please? Oh, Gamora, that does not sound fun. And yes, Snips, this game is absolutely free to play. You can get it on Steam, or you can get it from secretworldlegends.com. Ah, the source of our powers. We were stung by a magic bee. I kid you not. In the very opening sequence of the game, we're lying asleep on our bed. A glitter trailing bee flies into our room, crawls into our mouth and stings us. Or we swallow it. And it grants us magical powers. Consequently, the community has taken to calling the player characters bees. We are empowered by bees. We swallow the... There we go, we swallow the bee. I'm not sure whether it stings us or we swallow... But yeah, we swallow it. It doesn't leave our mouth anyway, as far as I see. So... Bee demand. It's not... Every player character gets powers, but not everyone in the world has powers. Most of the NPCs that we encounter don't have powers. And the bee is very much a defense mechanism of Gaia, Mother Earth, seeking out heroes to defend it from the blackness like the guy that we just saw and killed. That is a very good point, Imp. Yes, yes. The bee lives within us. This game can catch you. It's got a very, very well written story. Any range classes? Yes. So, classes is a bit of a misnomer. When you start the game, it offers you a list of classes. Each class has 2 weapons with it. There are 9 weapons in the game in total. You can learn every weapon. Generically, there are 3 DPS weapons, 3 tank weapons, and 3 healing weapons. But you can learn all 9 and pair them up in any combination that you want. No worries, Aiko. Thank you ever so much for the raid. So we are currently running with Elementalism, which is magic, which gives us ranged abilities. And we're also running with Chaos, which again is a different sort of magic and gives us more point blank and survivability abilities. But there's also the sword, the hammer, fist weapons, blood magic, shotguns, pistols, and assault rifles. And the melee weapons, the magic weapons, and the firearms each have one of DPS, heal, and tank. Good night, Aiko. So that there's no classes per se, because you choose whatever weapons you want and you build the abilities with them however you want. You can only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can only have 6 abilities from your 2 weapons. Now, if we look at... Well, let's take a look at the active abilities from Elementalism. Now, we've learnt 3 so far. I could learn possibly 1 more. But as you can see, there's a lot more than the maximum number of abilities we can have. So we choose which of these abilities we want, based on how we want to play. And that is the true of each weapon. On top of that, every weapon has what it calls passive skills, which sit in the background. You don't activate them, you don't do anything with them, but they enhance the abilities you use. So with the Elementalism, I'm running, for example, Chain Lightning, which is a ranged attack. When it hits one enemy, it will branch to another one, and another one, and another one. So I can hit up to 6 people. I can hit up to 6 enemies with it. And I also have, as a passive for that, Static Charge, which does extra damage each time I subsequently hit them. But not everyone that uses Elementalism is necessarily going to use that, because they might be doing something different with it. So it really does become a matter of picking the abilities you want based on what your playstyle is like. So yes, the skill trees in Tor have a similar thing, yes. You get a tree of abilities and you pick which ones you want from that tree. Absolutely. The difference with Tor and this, for example, is that I'm not locked into just using these two weapons. I started with Elementalism and Chaos, but there's nothing to stop me learning Assault Rifle or Fist. I can learn all the weapons. And then as you learn the weapons, you find which ones work best for you. So now we've beaten the bad guy down here and got our achievement. Let's get a box of cameras. And now we can go and put the cameras in place. How do we learn the other weapons? So we've got APs and SPs. If I want to learn, so I've started with Chaos, which is this one, and Elemental. They're nicely tucked together. If I want to learn this is showing me something slightly different. Possibly I'm not high enough level to do so yet, but as you get further into the game, these will open up. I could unlock the weapon for 5,000 marks of favor. It's been a while since I've started at low level, so I'm not seeing it for the first time. I'm seeing it more or less for the first time here. So in terms of if I want to unlock blood, 5,000 marks of favor. I don't have 5,000 marks of favor yet, but I can unlock it for 5,000. And you can get 5,000 marks of favor pretty quickly if you do these challenges, because these all give marks of favor as rewards. On my main account, I regularly get around 5 to 10,000 marks of favor a day, roughly. I spend them on the auction house, but I do get them. No, at no point do you ever have to buy any gold. So that's a very good question, actually, DJ. So the gold here is a real-world money system. You can use real cash to buy gold, but you don't have to. At no point do you ever need to buy the in-game gold, because now I'm not sure if I've got access to it yet. Yes, I do. So if you press H, that gives you access to the auction house and the postal service. But if you save the marks of favor that you earned, you can use the exchange. And here you can see that for 248 marks of favor, I can buy a bar of gold. And there's currently near enough 5,000 bars of gold for sale at that price. So if I had 10,000 marks of favor, I could buy a few bars of gold. And all the while I'm saving my marks of favor, I can come here to trade them for bars of gold. So I'm then using in-game currency to get hold of the gold that you could buy with real-world currency. So at no point do you need to or have to spend real-world cash on this game. It is completely free to play, and can be, if you use this system, it can stay that way, even if you use the gold to buy keys to open caches or to unlock other weapons. As it stands, spending gold to unlock weapons at this level isn't efficient, because the first weapon to unlock only costs 5,000 marks of favor. Excuse me. And that's way cheaper than 400 gold. And likewise, increasing your sprint speed. If you press Shift P, it gives you access to your sprints, and currently we've got sprint speed 1. If I wanted to increase it to sprint speed 2, I press the plus. For 2,500, I get the sprint speed 2 upgrade. It's 2,500 marks of favor, so it's well worth doing the daily challenges to build up those marks of favor to get augments for your character. So it is a totally free-to-play game, and there is no need. You can, if you want, spend real-world cash on it, but there's no need to, because you can supplement it through in-game cash. So, leaving the mining museum. We've now got some cameras to put in place. 4 cameras. Yeah, the further you get into the game, the sprints get more expensive. Oops. So taking a look around town, again, there's jack-o'-lanterns on some of these houses, gates and stuff. So you can see that we're gearing up for Halloween. So we've put our first camera up. The next camera's around here. We'll give those zombies a wide berth because we don't need to engage them. And the square there tells us where we're putting it, so it's nice and handy. We don't have to guess. And there's a lure there for us to pick up. And some guys in white suits with blue berets. So these guys are the Council of Venice. They are where we've got the three main factions. There's not a fourth faction, honest. The 3 main factions, the Dragon, the Templar, and the Illuminati. They're all very much against each other, vying for position and power. The Council of Venice are go-betweens, mediators. They try and keep them in line. Don't always succeed, but they try. And indeed, the legend item here starts telling us about the Council of Venice. This is the 3rd character I've created. This was a chat created character. This is an Illuminati. My primary character is a dragon. I do also have a Templar. Let's give the zombies a wide berth. Got a bit of cover from snipers on the roof, that's handy. And the final camera is going on a tree here. So now we've got to go to the police computer to boot the system up. Because of course the police force have no idea how to start up the system that we just got the bits for them for. I'm sure Helen Bannerman is smart enough to boot it up, but hey, we can do this. Yes, if you do go Dragon, be aware it has a sexual encounter as part of the tutorial. I will give you that heads up just in case that might dissuade you otherwise. The Dragon cutscene does come with a sexual content warning. Right, so station security system, that's the bit we want. And initialize security system, yes. That's completed the mission, but it doesn't drop us out of the computer. So now that we've booted it up, we can actually take a look at the camera feeds. It's a nice view of the camera outside. And we can view any of those cameras. Which kind of gives you a sense of, hey, I did that. And we have another mission report to hand in. Good news. Data from your surveillance system is now feeding into our server. We're the Illuminati, so where we've put cameras in, of course we're going to route that data back to base. Who wouldn't? This means we have visual contact with the enemy and can make more detailed assessments of the situation. It also means I can keep tabs on you. Good old KG. Always got an ulterior motive. The janitor in the basement showed signs of strange tentacular mutation. Disgusting. It's not clear if he booby-trapped his surroundings to protect himself or to try and protect others. Regardless, it was very clever, and that's not something we like to see from our enemies. Keep me posted on all tentacle-related phenomena. Yes, tentacular. It's a wonderful word, isn't it? Tentacular. And this time she signed it off as KG. Good old KG. And we've got another item. So let's open our bags and see what we got. Now we got an item reward bag for killing the big beefy one outside the garage. Oh, that's handy. That'll help boost this. And we've got a rifle. So this is another part of the tutorial that we haven't yet covered. Item power is represented by the number of pips at the bottom of the item. Now you'll see here the rifle and the elemental talisman both have 1 pip. It's also possible to get 2 pips or 3 pips, or it could have a red background to show that it's got legendary or unique powers. We don't have that yet. We don't have even a 3 pip yet. We've just got 2 pips. But it's worth knowing that there are 3 pip items and indeed items with a legendary or unique background. So the best items in the game would be those that have 3 pips and this red background. As it is, our weapons have 1 pip and our talismans have 2. So we can certainly do a lot of improvement. Yes, the factions have similar reports, but they are differing based on the faction that you're in's view and indeed your handler's view. So let's upgrade. We do most of our attacking with the elementalism focus, so we'll put them both in here for the time being. This will take our level 4 to a level 6.
Critical empowerment results.
And the critical empowerment meant that there's a little bit of extra XP along that line for it. Excellent. So the next mission. Complete the mission Elm Street Blues for Deputy Andy. Okay. We will do that thing. Now we know Deputy Andy's on the roof because we got some bullets for him earlier. Hello, Deputy Andy. He's only got the 1 mission, and it's the one we want.
Jeez, you never saw anything like this in the cop shows. Well, maybe on cable, not the network ones. You wouldn't know it from looking out there, but before that wicked bad fog rolled in, Kingsmouth was a sleepy little burg. Nothing stronger on the streets than a hot cup of coffee and chocolate-glazed donuts from Susie's. The occasional DUI or domestic disturbance. Human sacrifice. But every town has a dark side, right? We sure are getting a heaped help in the darkness now, eh? The Walking Dead and worse besides taking over our town. Us survivors hold up in here, hoping it's all just a bad dream and we'll wake up to the smell of bacon and maple syrup. But unless someone ups and does something, and soon, all we're gonna wake up to is the smell of rotten flesh. And I don't need another thing to remind me of my dad. Halloween does bring back the memories, eh?
So, Deputy Andy, interesting fellow. Clearly had reports of DUI, domestic disturbance, and human sacrifice. And that was before the zombies started rolling in. What kind of place is this? Anyway, kill the ravenous horde around the sheriff's office. Okay. So the red circle's just outside here. Let's take the quick way down. Okay, there's some over there. And just because I know they're here, there's some around here as well. There's another bug. It's supposed to be, I think, a New England accent, but to me it sounds almost Canadian, especially when he starts talking about maple syrup. Okay, so it's put up a walled area around where the instance is happening now. So it gives us a finite area to fight in. Also, if you look on the map at the top right, you see that orange square? That tells us where they're coming from. So it does give us a bit of a heads up on... The game was released in 2012. As far as I can tell, that's roughly when it's set, give or take. Imp Curious probably could correct me on that if I'm wrong, because I'm going on very, very old memories. So we're now on the south side. And the same thing applies. Kill the zombies as they run in. ...2012 references it. I know that in 2012 they did do an end of the world scenario based on the Mayan calendar and stuff that was going on, so that does seem about right. We've already killed 100 zombies. Yes, 2013 magazines as well. Yes, of course. The fashion magazine was 2013. Yeah, this was a very quick wave defense, but there's a little bit more to it than that. So we've got to go find out what's sending them up the street. More zombies are running up the street. Okay. How you doing, Magpie? The magazine was added in 2013 to celebrate the first year of the game. And the people in it were real players. Oh god, yes, I remember that now, Imp. Yes. Yes, so the game was a 2012 release. And yes, you are dead right. So that 2013 magazine... I hear the drums. Nothing's running to attack me? Okay. I want to make sure I pull these guys away before the dude at the end of the road, because he looks nasty. Oh, he looks nasty. So he is a Draug warmonger. That really doesn't sound fun. I just killed you three. Really? Right, now we can focus on... Oh, you're supposed to fall down. Thank you. He's nasty, but we're nastier. And that's one of the challenges complete. So, we have completed 4 empowerments, 3 main missions, 50 monsters. The only thing we haven't done on our daily challenges is 3 side missions. And already we've got 3,500 marks of favour. So if I was to go and find 2 more side missions, then that would give us the remaining first half of the daily challenges. Now, one thing we haven't covered yet, and since we're on the subject of side missions, we're going to run off and find ourselves a side mission. Now, I'm only doing this purely because I know where I can find a particular side mission. So, of course, we're heading off into the misty woods at night, alone. when it's full of zombies. We're going to the Wispwood. Because there are side missions all over the game that
Additional assignment received. Initializing.
do that. Additional assignment received. That basically is a way of the game saying, kill X amount of this mob type, and that will count as a side mission, and you get extra XP for it. So, this particular one wants us to kill 5 wisps. So we're going to kill ourselves 5 wisps. And yeah, there's a legend up there that we're going to get as well. Because why not? Not quite such a thing in this game, but what there is Traveller's Torment, which is a big beastie wisp. So we're going to beat this one down, hopefully. Because the big beastie ones give us a achievement and they drop a handbag for us, which we're going to pick up. And we're going to run up this tree to get that lore up there. If I can remember how to get up the tree. There we go. And one more wisp to... there we go. And that's another side mission done. Nice and simple. Now, where is there another side mission that we can sneak in and do? Let's take a little bit of a hike. Collect our missions. Again, more flavor text in the mission notes for finishing the Elm Street Blues. And more goodie bags. So let's do a quick impromptu upgrade. Open all the bags, see what we get. Oh, now that's interesting. So we've got here a 2-pip necklace. Okay, that's a 2-pip necklace we've got. Might as well upgrade the one we have. If we put necklaces in to upgrade the necklace, they help better. And our 1 becomes a 3. That's a huge help. And likewise, we'll take our level 2 belt and drop that in to get it to a 3. Yeah, you may need to mess with the audio settings. I think I've got mine turned down just a wee bit. Right, let's just avoid the wisps. We've done enough battling of the wisps as it is. Ah, okay, so the game wants us to find Norma Creed. Folks, let's go find Norma Creed. Seems we're out here anyway. Okay, we found Norma Creed. Earn Norma Creed's trust by completing They Never Stop Coming. We're not going to do that just yet. Awesome as Norma Creed is, we're going to pick up the lore that's here. Yeah, I found it to be quite quiet. Haven't quite got it turned up full, but I potentially could turn it up just a little more to get more clarity out of the cutscenes. But it does vary from system to system a bit, depending on how the sound is set up. But I do know that there is a
special assignment received.
Special assignment around here. Again, this is prior knowledge that's doing this for me. I know that we've got things here, so let's get his attention. And Yep, we'll get their attention. Hey, fellas. Huh. Only one of those counted. That's annoying. Okay. That's better. We're almost there. Only need 2 more. There we go. There they all are. There's our side mission. And we are now... So we've done all of our challenges in this top part of the dailies. We've now got 7,000 of the marks of favour. And we could then go on to do a further set of challenges. Which is another 100 kills, another 5 main and side missions. And then 6 item upgrades. And yes, what Imp is saying is quite accurate. There is normally a rare mob here who is currently conspicuous by their absence. But there have been other players in the area, so I suspect someone else has already been down here and done the deed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, covers, I think, everything we need to cover as at a back to basics level for Secret World Legends. So I will call things to a halt there.